matter how in and the way. Now when the little man, who do want this long for rock you all night long? Oh man, I say trouble, to all me heart a bubble. Something must be wrong. Not sure no me no have no juggle me a juggle, still can't hold my hand. For the lost me lamb, true she find out say nothing not one. She a blow like a
This Throwback Thursday.
I sing along. Certain your love one nice but slow. Me and me friend them don't flap the show. She ain't used like a whole lot of energy. She a deep flap the show. Sing along, you know. Certain your love one nice but slow. Me and me friend them don't flap the show. She get used like a whole lot of energy. She a deep flap the show. Sing along. Loving is a thing where everybody won't get. Some can't perform so them getting upset. Woman if you don't want your husband fi straight, I feel you be slam them fi make the man stay. Cause I know if I know but not suppose. Woman fi know them position and pose. Girl it don't matter about your money or your pride. Man I go on the wickedest ride. It don't matter if you're rich or you're poor. Cause every man want the best girl fi bore. Then if I you girl who hold up your hand, now who want the wickedest slam? Sing along stop. Give me the girl and with the wickedest slam. The kind of girl we don't feel love up she man. Man if you want to get the medal, you have to get a slam from a real ghetto girl again. Give me the girl and with the wickedest slam. The kind of girl we don't feel love up she man. Man if you want to get the medal, you have to get a slam from a real ghetto girl. Boy, man if you never get a pedal and wheel, and if you never have your banana peel, man if you want to no good loving feel, you have to find a girl who live a Maxfield. Man if you love your girlfriend to ya, but you're not getting the slam where you want. Only for things can't go on if you hide. Don't look at your list, girl from the side.
When wifey come out, them bush to the bone. Them not worry about man, cause them have free them own. Me at it come out and I go like she had kiss me next she in other she kiss her. White is a one to your baby. Man I get busy cause them hear your body ready. Big things a one to your honey. She will living in style and run out of money. I say big things a one to your baby. Scoop say man I get busy cause them hear your body ready. Big things a one to your honey. She will living in style and you know out of money. She got the eyes of an angel, pretty like a rose. Splendid she look from head down to toes. Girl just say yes and make me finger on the ring. Cause every time you pause the baby leave me one song to sing. No, girl can't make you worry. Nobody can make you break. No, cause when you have been a nice young girl, that no people won't get come again. Nobody can make you worry. Nobody can make you fall. No, cause when we say stop to the road, nobody listen to like you never call. It's like she scrape me pot and she scrape me plate. You throw the line and she catch the bait. From the day you born, you know have nothing late. Goody girl walking straight. No, girl can't make you worry. Nobody can make you break. No, cause when you have been a life young girl, that's how people want.
Yeah, sing some girl full of big speed and the market give way. I'm gonna stop at the bottom them a straight. Woman from you know your market is strong. Inna the ear push up on her hand and sing along. Full of big speed and the market give way. I'm gonna stop at the bottom them a straight. Woman from you know your name a call. Them can't bounce you like a football.
I say every day you get up is the next man dead. Head back lit out on the ground, my respect. I say mother start cry, people start
What we saying?
stress. You see what the gun can really do. All of me brethren
Back to the future here on Boom 106.9 FM. Throwback Thursday style.
can't pay them mortgage and can't pay them rent. Stress, but me chicken and smiley say better must come one day. Hold up your way to mass and God and pray. When we say better must come one day. Hold up your way to mass and God I say. Lord of mercy, I say mother, sister, daughter say that every day's a test. That's who born a benefit get rid of the stress. Because this little you told me you see the boy in trouble every day now them later film. You see him look like this. You see the boy come talk about gold. Never know about the rule, never know about the code. Stress, you see what badness can do. Wicked man murder people day and night. They no ramp and still nothing will take a man life. Lotion, no powder, no nurse or pet. A body gone to the
Some little boy come talk about gold teeth, front teeth, side teeth, column teeth, I will pull all teeth. And if you don't like it, the whole night so your face will fall 5 beats, you see? Dog on it. Follow me now, come now, come now. Jam on away, them want to ram it up. And all the dog out style and them a touch it up. From over stereo man sound and where them pick it up. When Burro Banton and they must a tear it up. I miss a cat in the crowd and them a rip it up. Oh dan dada, for y'all DJ, miss a cat a dan dada. Go tell it to your sister, your brother and mother. The boy no go test super cat and follow. The youth ya jamming like a Gabriel Amma. This a youth a go fi juke them like a Satan Maka. Jamming me go fi lick like a Sterling chopper. You see the general, you go fi talk to me proper. But anytime me go fi deal with the matter. Hear me now, do me say dog eat your supper. Come listen, miss a cat pan the rhythm, me sata. Me lay down on the rhythm like a jump.
It's Throwback Thursday.
You sleep on wire, me we sleep in fire. And anytime me come, me say the place catch a fire. Pipe. But away, they want to ram it up. Jam on the general, they want to go ram it up. And all the dog out style, and them a touch it up. From over stereo, man, sound where they pick it up. Sometimes so back, some of them a rally back. We a road boy, youth and we no take back no chat. Sometimes so back, some of them a rally back. But we a road boy, youth and we no take back no chat. You full of big chat and can't defend that. If a jailhouse you come from, we sending you go back. You full of big chat and can't defend that. If a Bellevue you come from, we sending you go back. Cause with them there when they get around hot. When we looking the food for the pot. Man have him 16 over him back. 45 and we have a rampacker. Car bazooka and all the big locker. When we moving, we move compact. Man we take a couple store, couple bank and shop. And policeman a top out we hotter. Judge I know we have to run left the spot. Dan the yard it dog at the data. When we come dance all of a block. Me say some a rally back and some of them dance back. We a road boy out and we not left a glock. And some a rally back and some of them dance back. When they killing at the place and the place of a block.
What do them? What do them so? Yeah. What do them so? Yeah. What do them so? Yeah. What do them so? They never know me when me little bit so. Yeah. Them only know me when me get beat so. Yeah. Them only know me when me start up show. Yeah. Them only know me when me start to flow. Me take a plane and a ferry me go. Yeah. Me come back, they me gone tight so.
Hold on tight, I know how let's go. Go right, you know, me come start up this show.
What do them so? I super cat me say what do them so? Yeah.
It's Throwback Thursday.
Well, now, you are going like a Batman regular. And a pose up like you a gorilla. Now you're there at jailhouse and spin beer popular. You go and turn the fever missing. Real bad man not tell people them bad. All when I want house a gun them have. Every day them attack about people for they down the runway. If little is a bloodshed, but real bad man not tell with them bad. All when I want house a gun them have. Talking about say people for they down the runway. If little for bloodshed.
Me go a wash show down a country one day. What sound it string up and down they a play. As me reach at the gate, me see hatty fear. Me ready fi go in right away. But a bigger drama when me pay and go in. Me see enough poor prestige gal on the scene. Me eyes start pop out, me couldn't hold it in. You shoulda hear me shout and a scream. Oh yo yo, look on a hot gal there. Gal look so hot, me want tea for a runway. Boy, see a next one a come there. I go down the line, me a follow go down there. Oh yo, look on a hot gal there. Gal look so hot, me want tea for a runway. Boy, see another one a come there. Woman a live down there.
Oh, woman, I heard a little rumor last night.
Little rumor last night.
Somebody told me you ain't doing me right.
She wasn't doing me right.
While I've been turning my back, you've been not playing the field.
She just playing the field.
Can you look me in the eyes and say to me,
Mario, wanna know what happened?
that's all I wanted to know.
Just wanna know, girl.
That look is giving you away.
Give it away, no.
And I never believe in a single word.
I never believe in that.
You're living dangerously.
Woman, you're living too dangerous for me.
You're living dangerously.
Is it me, about rent and Levy?
You're living dangerously.
Girl, you're living too dangerous for me.
I tried my best
Yo, big up Mozart in the inside. Thank you for locking it down to boom.
Everybody must work hard. Cause if you're not working, you gotta be loafing. And if you're not loafing, then brother, you gotta be joking. You must work and don't be a jerk. Everybody must work hard. Hanging out on street corners when you should be at school. That won't make you a rich man. That will make you a fool. Everybody must work. Everybody must work hard. Everybody must work. Everybody must work hard. Working is a thing that you should love. Working is a thing that everyone should love. Everybody must work.
It is 7 o'clock in SVG. And you're locking it down with OMG, man. Why you laughing, Shady? Why you laughing, Shady? Yeah, I know. I'm trying. How you put it? How you? Mario.
It's 7 o'clock in SVG.
Yeah. Boy, oh God.
When's the last time you heard styles like these?
Are you ready for?
Party done.
Throwback Thursday. We giving you the best throwbacks, the anthems, and dance hall greats.
Wine to me, baby. Rock on. You like dancing so much. Shake up your body, jiggle the back, your body, tip a party, bubble fatty, dirty dance.
Throwback Thursday.
When the top boy evolution.
Boom 1069.
It's a party in here. We ain't going nowhere.
OMG in the morning.
Come on. I gotta bring up the DJ tonight, cause him a fling down tune just right. Have the girls them feeling so nice, and no one of them I go give me tonight. Love how the dance a flow, and all the girls just a wind down low. Right now I'm not ready to go. No, everything fell off. Throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. I beg you, throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. Somebody say, no way. You gotta be crazy. Look at women in front of no way. You gotta be crazy. Jamming on everybody. And everybody just throw your hands in the air. Everybody. And everybody just throw your hands in the air. Everybody. I see the sexy girls all wrong. When they wind them hot up me tongue, yeah. Everybody come out to have fun. No fussing, no fighting, no blood I run, no dancers live on the scene. All they must just rock and come right in. Everything go up on a clean, what I mean. I said throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. I said throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. Somebody. You gotta be crazy. Look at women in front. I said no way. You gotta be crazy. Jamming on everybody. And everybody just throw your hands in the air. Everybody. And everybody just throw your hands in the air. Everybody. Out of the shower into my latest outfit. I'm gonna blade, that's the way that we like it. Gonna rock this place tonight. I beg you don't doubt it. It's a long time with a party like this. When we step out the car, take me straight to the bar. And with the champagne popping and the girls good looking, everybody living like movie star. Is this a party? Is this a fit? Whatever it is, we not tired yet. It look like a rave, and we not beat them. Turn on the lights and make the hand them raise when they get them push back. Bang the thing, y'all roll back like a acrobat. Balance your drink. All of the y'all them push back. Bang the thing, y'all roll back like a acrobat. Balance your drink. Everything up in the air. Everything
a style. Give them a style. Give them a style.
Thursday.
Mari's in the house. Alison, so big up Fonando, Shady. Alison, Mari is here. You know what I mean? I see Nancy in the house. Nancy, big up. Big up, big up, big up. Yolanda is in the house. Mary, as always, she's locked on. You know what I mean? Mozette, all those others, man. What are you saying over there, Mario, man?
Good morning, SVG. Nice to have you locked on. Thank you for making us your stop in the morning. You know, you got Fonando, the girl, them Bamboo. You say it's Mr. Bamboo.
Lord.
So wait, so you were performing everywhere for Jumbie Lego? Because they said they were looking for the fattest, biggest, hardest, loudest Bamboo.
Right.
And if your name is Mr. Bamboo,
Lord,
you work with the whole trailer full of bamboo.
Oh my goodness, it's a rainy Thursday morning. I'm not gonna indulge with this guy, you know.
It is a rainy Thursday morning, and rainy in more ways than one. Like I said earlier, it's the closing of an iconic place here in SVG. I saw there was a Facebook page. Do you have the post that we can go to? Hang on.
Yeah. But in the meantime, you know, big up Quincy. Quincy has locked in. You know what I mean? Brennan and my mechanic there, Nancy, big up yourself. Yeah, I send a link to him, so I see log on. He said big up. Yeah. Load it up. You know what I mean? Today we are getting news. Well, I mean it broke yesterday that PH Vera and Company Limited, as we know it, is going into.
Yeah, they'll be closing their doors.
Yeah, they're closing their door. The hardware, you know what I mean, the bakery, the supermarket, all that is about to be closed down.
Wow.
And as you expect, because they have this, the physical structures, most likely some entity would, move into to do some business there. But it's really unfortunate for the workers, you know what I mean, those persons who have been working with PH Vera for years, you know what I mean. So it's really, really sad. You find it notice?
So the announcement said after 80 plus years of service, we will sadly be closing our supermarket, hardware, wholesale, and bakery.
Wow.
And that's effective November 14th, 2022.
Yeah.
So that's in just a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It goes on to say, we'd like to take this time to thank our past and present employees, customers, suppliers, and well-wishers for their tremendous service and support throughout the year with us. Sincerely, the shareholders of PH Vieira and Company Limited.
Right.
I think that was a really nice way for them to let the public know what's going on. Thanking them for what they've done for them as well.
I see the public. The public seems to be quite sympathetic. They're concerned because this is a company that has been providing this service, to Vincentian for many years. Of course.
That's
I normally get my selfish there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, you see what I mean. And that's a regular stop for Shady for him to get selfish. And I know that the bakery was a
guy that's
regular one.
So every time I go by selfish.
Yeah. You see what I mean? Oh gosh, look thing.
Yeah.
Right. And you think about the employees.
Yeah.
And you think about
so
it's a shifting of the times and a shifting of focus for a bunch of different people. So if you want to take a time out to call in and wish them well, and of course give us your take on it as well too. Someone messaged earlier and said taxes. I don't know.
Yeah, it is unfortunate.
I don't know.
Well, we don't know the reason.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on.
We could only speculate, but in terms of the business nature of things, and we know the economy is going through some turmoil, but we don't know if that is a contributing factor.
Right.
We don't know if that is a management issue. You know what I mean? And until more information comes out, that's how we're gonna know.
Yeah, we don't want to.
But I mean, it's quite unfortunate.
It is.
It is quite unfortunate, and
especially for a landmark institution like that.
Yes. So we would like to know from our listeners, what do you think about that situation? What sort of legacy would PH Vera, what sort of legacy did they created for you? I think Luke Brown would have written a book as well about the Vera family.
Right.
So we'll see if we can get some insight from that and just highlight the history of the company.
Yeah.
It'll
be interesting to hear council's take on it as well too.
Right. And we are following a number of different developments. As you know, yesterday a man was shot and killed in Chester Cottage. That would have brought the homicide count to actually 34. Also, what I realized, the title, his surname is Mac. He goes by the alias Secret, but his surname is Mac. And I'll tell you something, that Mac family, they have been under attack for a number of years now. A number of them, shot at, a brother received a number of... it has been an ongoing issue. They have shot at least one of the Mac about two to three times. You know what I mean? And that it would have resulted from some sort of gang war that would have been transpiring, that resulted in somebody losing their life and so forth. So I don't know if that is in relation to that, but that Mac family has been under attack for a number of years now, to be honest. So that is something to be looked at. I hope it's not a situation where they finally got one of the Mac, because they were being threatened that they all Mac is a Mac. So I know a young lady would have spoken to me about a year or so ago when her brother was shot. So she said that she was told that all Mac is a Mac, and they have been attacked from since house shoot up and so forth. So it's quite unfortunate, and it's something that the authorities got to look into.
Definitely. Yeah. So we got to stop the spate of senseless killings, man. And while we call for the authorities to step up and do what's needed publicly, we also need to change our mentality as a people too. Yeah. I mean, the first resolve can't just be, I'll cuff you down, I'll shoot you. Let's curb that kind of behavior, and let's show sensitivities to the youth coming up so that they can curb that behavior. In the future as well too. So,
I mean, it's just a bit of information that Mac was actually shot in his yard. Cyprian Mac is the correct name. Cyprian Mac, okay? So he was pronounced dead at the scene by district medical officer. The motive surrounding the killing is unknown. But as I just said, they have been under attack. We have a call already. You think you know who that is? Morning caller.
Lost that one.
Call back. I think we probably have an idea who that is.
Yeah, well, we've got a couple voice notes and stuff too, and I gotta let you know what's going on with the new promotion with Woodsy as well too. So I'm gonna give you all that information and so forth. Plus, Candyman will be joining us live on the stream from 7:30 as well too. All right. Yeah. So you definitely want to keep that in mind and keep us locked on. Let's see what's going on there. Good morning. You're live on Boom.
Good morning, Mario.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed.
Good to hear you.
I know.
Hey, morning.
What's up, Shady?
Hey, Shady.
Tell them how when it comes to your food and your belly, you don't play.
The man identified the soulfish stuff.
Man. Shady, anytime you see Shady, put up anything for the snap, put up food, meat, fish. Don't come up Shady with the food, boy. Very wrong. Any lady Shady, she ain't got to worry. Shady could do all the cooking. She doesn't eat.
Shady, that's true.
Shady love you belly boy. He beat back Mario. Guys, good morning.
Good morning, man. Good morning.
It's always good to wake up and hear the boom and hear the clean, fresh songs and what you guys speaking about. I kind of miss it. I hear you guys talking about the crime scene.
Yeah.
But guys, you gotta remember, when you talk about the authorities, I'm not pressuring anybody. But in a small country like St. Vincent, we are having so much of violence. We heard about a lot of killing and so forth gone by in the months and so past. Have we ever heard of anyone being served or anybody has been picked up for anything? Have we ever heard what the police make a statement and say, okay, we have been tracking, doing this, doing that, and we picked up such and such. and these kind of things. We are not.
Yeah, you don't.
And it seems as though, Fernando,
yes,
our system, the police, the head of the police station, it seems as though all of them are just lapsing. Because we are allowing these things, and in St. Vincent we have, we say, the police, then probably just leave the gang man and kill out one another. Make their job easier. But no, everybody have a life to live.
Right.
And in any way you go, we have violence and crimes. But I show Mario in Trinidad, little Trinidad. Trinidad is a place where you just have a lot of killing and so. But the police just go out and do the duty.
Right.
And look to do what they do and follow grounds and ask questions and they get communication. Yeah. And we in a little country like here, man, we need to do something.
Yes.
The authorities really need to step up and do something.
Yes. Yeah.
If Shady or Mario have a box of weed or something and they hear somebody say, oh, the man won't take a weed up, they so quick they done it. Third load of them in Jeep. Third load of them in Jeep.
Right.
They're coming at your house. But if you hear about crimes, look, I heard some time ago there, and you guys could correct me if I'm wrong, the government was having meetings with gang leaders. How do you know who the gang leaders are? What was the discussion with the gang leaders about what? What were you talking? What you want to talk to the gang leaders about? Man, we need to serve our crimes. We need to get. I will give you a
we shouldn't be having crimes in the first place. Police have to do their job, but the people.
Well, that's what I'm saying too. Well, I was just waiting for him to finish his point, though, huh? Because police can only do something after the crime, you know. I mean,
when I was in Barbados, a little scenario. When I was in Barbados at the bus stop, not at the big bus terminal, the small bus terminal. Waiting for a bus to go up to by where my mom living in Sergeant Village.
We need to watch the time though, Horseman.
I stand in there waiting. We get up the other side, blah, 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 like 4 shots. You know, time you do so. Police done surround the whole bus terminal and everything.
Right.
You ask the guy why did you waiting by say did see, don't move, just stay right there. And people running going. You know, within about an hour or 2, they don't pick up somebody.
Wow.
Right.
And just to show the response. For me telling them gunshot go off, then the whole place done. Police done surround the whole place, you know.
Right.
Them not stick. But we need to hear the police them getting up and doing their jobs. Not just running down the man and never little piece of weed and thing. Because Barry go run back to Trinidad. We need to hear more. We need to hear more on the ground about what the police are doing with their jobs. And I think the police owe the nation when they have these crimes and so come out in a way you call a conference.
Yeah, a press conference. Yeah.
Do something on the radio, let the people and the public hear what are you doing, how are you going about this and what. And this is why the police need better cooperation with the people and the public, so that the people would have a good spirit to go to the police to make a report and say, I see what. But when you can't have that relationship with the people, things go sour for you. Have a good morning.
Yes, all right, Charles. Thank you, man. Don't forget we've got Candyman coming in at 7:30. All right, we got a couple ads we got to play before then too. But Shady raised an important point. I mean, police, coming out and police need to do better. But we need to do better as well as the people, right? So we can't continue just to lay fault on
I don't think
authorities.
I don't think it's a matter of laying fault to I think it's a matter of persons realizing that more can be done and need to be done, especially with regards to our police.
Oh, no,
you know what I mean? Because they're
definitely
entrusted to to maintain security, law and order.
Right.
The government promised they would have been tough on crime and the causes of crime. So if we are seeing something spinning out of control, yes, as a people we need to do better to avoid these violence.
Right.
But where there are violence, then the police need to do better in solving these crimes and actually prevent some of these crimes in some instances, because when you're doing these kind of investigation, you get intelligence.
Yeah.
So sometimes if you sleep on the intelligence, then you have a problem. But let's take a final call and go to it.
Yeah.
All right, just quick.
Yeah.
Caller, welcome to Boom.
Good morning, my brother. Good morning, my brothers.
Good morning.
Very much for being here on this program. I miss Miss Vera. What has happened to she? Is she okay?
Somebody call the psychiatrist.
I also miss my other brother. That's James. How is he doing? Just give us a little update, my brother. These are people we.
Hello. Hold on. Everything good now? Yeah. Sorry. Hammer. What were you saying?
I'm asking you. I said I miss my sister. What is she okay? Vera, okay, my sister. I miss her. I mean, we.
Hang on for a second, all right? Every day that I come on here, I explain that Bing has an emergency that he's taken care of.
Yeah,
so you keep regurgitating things. So move on. What's up? What's happening? What are we talking about today? We've got limited time. We've got somebody coming in at 7:30. Talk to me.
Well, the thing is, is that I've been one of the persons to give the public correct,
right.
You know. And so you guys come here and you allow people to project police. What is a police? We see police under NDP, police under Milton Keynes. So we had police then. We have lost our ability, my brother. I'm sorry for the passion because sometimes, I wonder if you all don't live here. We don't have a police that is basically independent. So you have a commissioner. If I call him, these are things I could verify, so you don't have to worry about the station. If you call the commissioner, he doesn't answer you. He said that he's busy and he don't speak to you. The deputy commissioner is similar. The deputy commissioner sent for me in the night because I was giving information on the coronavirus. Had me there from 9 until 12. Put me in a cell. It was the sergeant who said, really, the man ain't a criminal. And they have actually violated all of the rules. Basically, fundamentally, when they're arresting people falsely, going in people's home, arresting Bennett Frederick just after just short a case, going in doggy house. And I'm only saying this as you are still talking police. These police, let me just make it clear now, my brother, because I want you to understand. It the very reality of what is happening in Venezuela, Cuba, Russia, China, happens here. And I'm saying is that this is why people like me are encouraging our society that when they go out to vote, we have to give somebody and a group of politicians that can respect our constitution and our people.
Yes.
And the police, I'm very sorry for them. They're good police officers. I mean, the current commissioner and the other policemen who have violated this law, I believe if they operated under a system where they had decent and people who respect the law and respect the intentions, I believe that they would have been doing better. But obviously they encourage. And so we are not going to see crime. Finally, the people in this country have lost trust in police, so most of them ain't going to call them. I call Sergeant Ross every day.
Right.
I get the impression that they're not even willing to entertain me, but thank God he does. And Inspector Oliver, what is the problem is that I criticize Gonsalve, and they have to be very careful how they deal with me because obviously they're not going to get promotion unless they shun the people who criticize them. We have to get Gonsalve out. We have to get a system in our country where we can have politicians who respect our law, and then our country can move forward. But until that, crime will go out the window. Gonsalve has to get out.
All right, Damo, thanks.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Hammo is good when you're making your contribution, but I understand your passion, but sometimes you go too high.
You know what I mean?
And I don't know how helpful.
Just come out the gate. We need to update. We need to come.
Yes.
Open your ears and stop, blowing your own horn for a minute. Jeez.
Just one comment before we go to...
Vinci People and Issues actually has a comment there. Did you want to read that?
People only say the police ain't doing anything, yet there's little no cooperation with police. The community encourages much of the things that are going on. Yeah, that's.
Well, I wouldn't say I think that's a harsh take that the community encourages much of the things going on. We have ads and stuff that we have to do, and we've got Candyman coming in at
So Carla, you gotta please call back because we have to take these ads and so forth, right? All right.
Covered by a company owned by Vincentions that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General, isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentions that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
Costume party powered by Guinness. Fantasies start from the jump. Jello shots for everyone. Mask on entry.
At Pharmacy Plus, you can get your personal care, hair care, prescription, dental, and over-the-counter, and medical supplies at affordable prices. Located on Egmont Street, opposite Home Collection. We're open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pharmacy Plus for supreme care and more.
And Guinness, made of more. Please drink responsibly.
Protect the children. Yeah. Don't be afraid to speak out. Teach the kids their rights. Physical and sexual abuse must stop. Join me in this fight now. I want you to see suspects say among friends and families. See suspects say in the schools and communities. Children of the future, they depend on you. Report to the authorities, that's what you should do. You see these signs, do what's right, put a stop to child abuse. See, suspects say, among friends and families. A message from the Child Development Division within the Ministry of National Mobilization.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up, on the love. Easy wins with love. Easy wins.
Catch the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $10 or more. Activate a prepaid plan, switch to Flow, or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash. Data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up, on the love. Easy wins with love.
Low terms and conditions apply.
1183.
The event we've all been waiting for. Get ready for a night of poise, elegance, sophistication, and pure talent. The Miss Plus Size Universe International brings to you its 7th annual pageant as they present some of the most beautiful women all vying for the crown on Saturday, November 5th at the Russell Auditorium, Kingston, St. Vincent at 8 p.m. Get your early bird tickets for only $50. General tickets $100. For the VIP table, only $250. Get your tickets at Diamond Girl, Kathleen Bailey Creations at E.T. Joshua Mall and the Land Store at the airport terminal. Live performances by Darren Andrews, Javid, and more. Also, an appreciation and red carpet segment. Wow! Who will take home the crown for the Miss Plus Size Universe International 2022 on Saturday, November 5th? Don't you miss it.
Man, some love me black woman. Woman, I give me this sweet, sweet love. Oh, oh, any time of day. Yeah, lots of kisses and hugs. Oh, I know you burn out all, yeah. No real man can live without a woman. Like night to day, says a woman to her man. Cause he's essential to his purpose and his mission. A good woman is a glory to her man. She'll never take the power, she'll just make him a better man. Every great man has a virtuous woman. Woman I love and honor. The father had the light career, he'll Empress Omega. The mother Rastafari sculpture, divided to the king and his Empress Menin, who showed us the right and the true way of living. Woman could never pass in, so listen as I sing. But the women on the earth and my joy and me.
It's a pity you already have a wife, and me don't have a man in my life. Good boy, it is a pity. I say it is a pity you already have your wife, and me have a one man in my life. Good boy, it is a pity.
Boom 106.9 FM as we wait 7:30 bass touching with the Candyman, Mr. Sugar himself.
Yeah.
Of course, we want to let you know that there's a lot going on weather-wise as well too. All right. So if you're out there and you are making your ways on the road, we've got some pictures here that I'm seeing from Prospect and a couple other places. Let me see if I can pull that up. While we wait for Candyman. I don't see Candyman backstage yet, and he's not calling on the phone. But anyways, it's 7:30, like I said, and we're waiting for him. Let me see if I can share this screen here. Right?
Yeah.
Do you have any comments?
Well, no. As you know, we are following the development with regards to PH Vera. I think you had some comments and voice notes or whatever.
Oh yeah, I do have a voice note.
Yeah, I have someone said. Let me see. Gas price lower than diesel at the pump. So if gas price lower than diesel, is Vinlec going to lower fuel surcharge? Is diesel then them using? Well, we're expecting Vinlec to lower the fuel surcharge,
Right.
Mario, because I think that when I went to the gas station, a supervisor indicated to me that in terms of Vinlec and their use of the diesel, the diesel now is cheaper for Vinlec. So hopefully, and then the Prime Minister would have promised that we would get some ease at the at Vinlec and so forth.
Yeah.
So I think we are looking forward to that. We have a comment from Michelle. It's okay. Do you have a voice note? I see you have a voice.
Yeah,
note.
I do. Let me cue that up here.
Yeah. But it's quite unfortunate that we have to Okay, sorry. Listen. Is it one?
If you shot the 4 cents, you go still get it.
Yeah.
Boom. By pop in the store gone. Pop in the supermarket gone. Pop in the bakery gone. I mean, I really pop in the store. Trust me. If you shot the 4 cents, you go still get it. So I tell you that. Because they shop. They just buy thing. If you shot the 10 cents, you go still get it. I telling you.
All right, we're going to continue on with this line of commentary in a little bit. We've got Mr. Sugar in the house.
Mr. Sugar backstage, boy, line up that thing there. Yeah, look him there like he jiving on all these things. There you go.
Hang on.
Here we go, man.
There we go.
Mr. Sugar in the house?
Yes, I can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Good morning. OMG. Good morning. OMG, I can't believe it. OMG.
Tell you. Boy.
Greetings, Mr. Sugar himself.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Sugar,
well, it's another wet
I
day.
tell folks that you're coming through, and they say, well, why the sugar is coming through? Let us know what happening.
Well, you don't know sugar all its case, you know. So anytime you get a little sugar in your system, you don't know sweetness are gone.
Yes.
You know? We got a big sale at Jack's. Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Big, huge sale going on at Jack's right now.
Tell us, man.
Store wide, 5 for 5. We got 5 days of $5. What does that mean? Well,
real fives.
Simply put, you buy one item right now at Jack's, you get another one of equal or lesser value for $5.
Wait. You said right now? Right now, you said?
No.
Yeah, right now, continuing until Sunday.
Okay.
Well, you know already, the whole Sunday shopping experience was practically invented and subsequently revolutionized by Jack's Enterprises.
Right.
Nobody in town opened on a Sunday in the Christmas season until Jack's.
You understand? Jack's ring the bell.
Nobody opened on a Sunday. Outside of Christmas, nobody opened on a Sunday except Jack's.
Right.
You know? Even when we have back to school and all of that, we open on Sundays so people can capitalize, you know?
Right.
So this Sunday, the first Sunday.
It's buy one, the second one of lesser or equal value for $5.
For $5. So imagine being able to come in the store, right? We have some wardrobes in the store. You get a nice wardrobe for like we said $1,200, $1,400 or $1,800, something like that, right? Well, more than likely, I'm more than 1 bedrooms in the house.
You understand? So you want the next one?
So wait. You're saying you could get a wardrobe at
I think I just blow for the
No,
Fonando mine there.
Listen, you could get the wardrobe at what? After you buy one, you could get one at.
You put another $5 on it and you walk out with two.
What the trail is this, Shady? What we doing, boy?
What?
Hey, that's the price of a
kitchen cabinet.
I'm buying one for me.
You can still buy credit for $5. You still have $5 credit. I don't know. I don't know.
Boy.
But it's that cheap. Let me tell you what people been coming and getting. Curtains, because we just, and by the way,
and that's
this sale that
everything
we're
is
gonna
off,
right
no
now,
restrictions.
there are few exemptions.
Okay.
But let me explain something to you, just to give you the scope of the sale.
Yeah.
Jack's Enterprises Limited has over 30,000 different items, pieces of merchandise for sale, store right now. What the exemptions that we are talking about are less than 99. You understand what I'm talking about?
Right.
That's a negligible amount.
Something percent.
0.1%, but 1% of what's in store. So it's not a large amount of exemptions, and of course, people the things that are exempt, people ain't really want them on sale.
Right.
Like people want curtains, they want sheeting, they want fans, want Christmas lights, Christmas trees, decorations, want furniture. You know, even an office chair right now, Mario.
You see? Come on.
Even an office chair right now, you can come.
Don't say that because my staff will say, you see, Mario, you could buy two now.
Yeah.
Of course.
Another one. Yeah. I'm talking about things like blenders as well, kettles. And here's the big deal.
Yeah.
We are giving you a mix and match deal on this. In other words, you don't have to come in and pick up 2 kettles. You could. So if you buy a blender, you could get a kettle with it.
Or you can pick up a kettle and a toaster. You know, something.
Or toast, right? You get the picture, Mario. That's how the thing works. Mix and match as you please.
Fonando, your child mother happy.
I was thinking about the wardrobe, boy.
Now is the perfect time to get in on clothing, especially for children. Jax has the widest selection of clothing for children, boys and girls, babies, pampers, diapers. Now is the perfect time to get in on all of that for children right up to the teen years, and for men and women. Think about coming in to get your polo shirts or your Van Heusen and them things. You can get them on the sale as well. Apparel for the ladies as well.
Yes.
All of that available on the sale. Buy one, get another one for $5. And remember, before I go, this Sunday, Jax is open from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. You hear that?
Boy.
1 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Boy.
1 p.m. to 7 p.m. Jax is open this Sunday. Come on through. There'll be lots of parking available in Kingston. You know, it's Sunday, so you can park.
Mr. Sugar Pastor was there yesterday talking about Christmas shopping and so. Boy, I gotta go against Pastor with them kind of deal, boy.
Yeah. See what I mean? You're making the man go against Pastor with the deals.
Yeah, boy, them kind of deals are hard for resist.
Nothing wrong with. Well, Jax is a necessity store, and this sale is not like all them things I just mentioned to you. We have Christmas lights, we have Christmas trees, and so on sale. But you need stuff for your baby all year round.
Them is good.
You need the baby oil and the pear soap all year round.
Yes, man.
You need your cleaning utensils, your Clorox and all them things, your soap, your hand soap.
Nice.
Your detergent. You need them things all year round, right?
Yes, I.
If you buy a wardrobe or a cabinet for your kitchen, you ain't gonna use it at Christmas alone.
You see what I mean?
Right.
So that's the store necessity. These are things that people need, and these are things that are getting more and more expensive
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that is it, you know.
I wanted
Mr. Sugar Gone.
somebody trying to call. Somebody trying to call. Tell them hold on. Listen, Mr. Sugar. I don't know if I missed something, but I saw KCCU as well doing 5 and what is it with the 5? Tell me
Let's see
a
what
bit
I mean.
about the 5.
We ask him about the 5.
Yeah. Why 5?
I find $5 is a good price.
I know,
for my
I know,
second
but I
item.
just
That is all I know about right now, Fernando.
Why 5?
$5 is because $5
No,
is something you can afford.
the man saying about 5 no man.
Well, we had to take something for ourselves. That's it. But we had to get a little something for ourselves. So we say we're gonna take our we're gonna take a little 5.
Yeah, take a 5. I like it.
Yeah, boy, we got shop at Jack's, boy.
Let me split this up.
Thanks
Thank
for
you
those
so much for
information,
watching it.
man. Yeah.
We can't give for free. We go, yeah. We gonna pay 5.
Yes,
you gonna
sir.
pay the rest.
Take
Yeah,
5.
it's a good deal.
All right, buddy.
All right, brother.
Thanks for touching base with us. And there's a monster sale at Jack's. Remember, you can buy one, get the second item
for only
of
$5
lesser or the same price for
$5. You're talking about wardrobe
and thing. And you can mix and match. So you don't have to buy 2 wardrobe. You can buy wardrobe and something else.
Telling you.
So you're good to go.
And of course, we're open this Sunday from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. And the sale ends on Sunday. So after Sunday done, do not come back and tell me you miss it. Sunday's the last.
I know they'll be calling down your phone. I can't demand you say.
Extend the thing.
All right,
Mr. Sugar, man.
All right, buddy. Thanks so much for touching base with us today. We in there. All right. Yes, sir. OMG!
Shabak Thursday. But Shady gotta go.
That's how it is. That's hey, Shady. If they're selling rain 12 there.
I think Shady going to look for blend and toaster. You know, Shady like it already.
Load up your ads.
Yeah.
Let me read some things here. Let me read some things. What's going on? Yeah, no. Jack's have it going on. Jack's seriously have it going on. Listen, Woodsy. You know, we always talk about Woodsy have things. They have food galore, right? You can go and you can get your burgers, you can get your skirt steaks and stuff like that. But you know, it's also an entertainment spot. And reggae nights kick off on November 12th. Live band and easy skanking. I'm talking about Woodsy's have reggae nights featuring Ras Dropper, DJ Nip, DJ Easy Sounds. Cover charge is $20. The doors open at 8 p.m. You know where it's at. 1133 Clarkson Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. 11212. It's not 13. Somebody lied to me because the poster say 11212. All right. Woodsy's.
Tell Woodsy, Fonando and Shady about
so you should pay for a little ticket for you to come up and do a thing.
Come on, man.
You see?
You got a discount.
You see how you're bad?
What is happening there? I see Winston in the house.
Yes, man.
Bart is in the house.
Let me tell you about the Ministry of Tourism, though. They want to remind you that's the Ministry of Tourism, Civil Aviation, Sustainable Development, and Culture. We're celebrating Tourism Month all month till the 30th of December 2022 under the theme Tourism is everyone's business. Live it, love it, embrace it. The aim of the Tourism Month is, of course, to heighten tourism awareness and to sensitize the public on its importance to our tourism project. The theme, of course, focuses on how each facet of our society can play an integral role in the development of the tourism and hospitality industry. Wow. Yes, definitely something you want to get behind. And of course, Flow keeps you connected. Flow's got some great things happening right now, especially if you're a man like watching Pornhub and stuff like Fonando. Real data like dirt. Enjoy postpaid mobile benefits with no strings attached from Flow when you get a flexible Flow hybrid plan today. Data for days with no coverages. You no coverages, no deposit, no contracts, no catch. Bundle up and go. See them in store today at any mobile sales agent or online and get with the hybrid life. Terms and conditions apply. Flow, keeping you connected. We've got voice notes and stuff. We'll come back with. Jomo T is coming up in just a little bit, so hit that button.
Why can't the man mess up my head, with that thing, boy? I gotta go over there and see what's going on anyway. All right,
yes.
Let's go to some ads.
Let's do it.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So go on, compare prices. And if by chance you find a better price, no stress. Just talk to the General, and they will beat that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases, so you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasant experience, with friendly, knowledgeable staff always ready to serve. What more could you wish for, huh? So come to General Hardware for proper service, lowest prices, free delivery, and see why nobody beats the General. Nobody.
Bundle, yeah. Bundle, floor. Bundle, save. Tap up, yeah. Tap up, man. Tap up. Look at the place covered. Browse all you want. Post all you want. Tap up $15 or more. Activate the Cheese 7 or 30-day combo plan. Pay up your bill. Bundle now and get a smartphone for only $49. Switch to Floor. Bundle, yeah. Bundle, Floor. Bundle, save. Tap up, yeah. Tap up, man. Tap up. Look at the place covered. Browse all you want. Post all you want. Look at the place covered. Do what you want. Watch all you want. Bundle, yeah. Bundle, floor. Bundle, save. Tap up, yeah. Tap up, man. Tap up. Look at the place covered. Browse all you want.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered by a company owned by Concentric?
Plain talk. Plain talk with Jumo Thomas.
So much things to say right now.
All you talk now on OMG.
Yeah.
Yes. A little late, but we are here. Good morning, Council. How you doing? Oh, okay. You sound a little bit muffled there, Council. Let's see what's there. Are you there, Council?
Yes, I am.
All right, there we go. I think we just had a little bit of
Good morning, Mario.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, Shady.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, most of all to your listeners.
Yes,
rather somber morning. Rains are falling. There are floods all over the place. And then many of us wake up to this announcement that one of the more iconic business places in St. Vincent is closing.
Yes, I was telling Fonando that's a landmark institution basically.
Yeah, without a doubt. PH Vera. All of us grew up on PH Vera. So it's really an unfortunate announcement for a lot of people, particularly people who are working there. But I guess that's the way in which the system of capitalism works. Some companies rise and some companies fall. I mean, I don't know the reasons why PH Vera is closing or is going in another direction. But from the Eyewitness News announcement, they said that the management has made this decision and they're saddened that they celebrate their workers, their suppliers, their customers, and that's it. But like I said, it reflects a further evolution in the transformation of the business landscape in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. When I was growing up, we had a lot of local businesses. We had R.N. Charles, we had Frank and Sons, we had the Reddock Brothers, we had the Hadaways, we had Roach, we had the Hewitt, we had Mokani Yami, we had Sardine, and all of these were in Kingstown. The Reddocks are still there, but they are a shadow of what they were before. All of the others are gone. What we are seeing now is a pervasive presence of Lebanese, Syrians, and even the Lebanese and Syrians are being pressed very hard by the Chinese in the merchandising in Kingstown. So that's where the transformation is on the commercial level in Kingstown. If we look at the broader landscape of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, there's a predominance of foreign presence. In the hotels, the major hotels are those that are coming on stream, and many of the others are owned by foreign entities. In the Grenadines, they're owned by foreign entities. And it is true that offers some form of employment to our people, but it is problematic from a number of standpoints. You can't truly be independent. And only last week we were talking about independence and celebrating independence. You can't truly be independent if the economic foundation of your society is owned by foreign entities, and if there's such an assault on local business. And I'm not talking about physical assault, I'm talking about economic assault, in the sense that the businesses, the local businesses, they either don't have the capital, or they don't have the management wherewithal, or so if they don't have the capital, they can't do the kind of economy and scale in terms of bulk buying and so on that other people may buy. They may not have the reach to go over to China or to Panama, as some people do, and buy, and consequently that economic squeeze is reflected in other entities being able to sell at a different price, at a lower price. Fortunately, we still have some local companies. We have the Bonadis, we have the Graves, we have Gunsam uptown, and then we have some other smaller places, shops, really not serious. When I say not serious, I'm sure these people make a living from it, and their customers are satisfied to go to them and make purchases, but they're not big businesses. They're very small businesses. In recent times, before PH Vera made this announcement, we had the announcement of the Aunt Job Kenboy line of businesses, supermarkets, and some other things that he did. Kenboy did. They are no more. So there's a real squeeze, I think, on businesses, local businesses, and how they operate and how they're able to function and how they are able to survive. It is interesting because the decision by PH Vera and company came, 10 years, 12 years after the leader of this country had said that he would offer sufficient competition to people like the Veras and the Graves, and there might have been one of these in there as well, to see if he can pressure them out of business. And I'm not saying that is what has happened here, but I'm saying 12 years after that announcement was made, we see the demise if we can call it that, of another business here in our country, another local business in our country. And that is an area of serious concern, at least for me. I am very nationalistic in my approach. If I have to make a purchase, I may want to make a purchase to a local company than make a purchase to a foreign-owned company. Only because if you make the purchase to a foreign-owned company, most of that money may leave the country.
Right.
Whereas if you make a purchase with a local company, that local company may accumulate sufficient capital to diversify or become an even bigger franchise. And so that's my own personal decision on how I go about shopping. But the other thing that I think that we need to talk about in light of what is the announcement that we heard from PH Vera is the way in which the atmosphere for business is, and whether local business people get the same kind of benefits, get the same kinds of offers, get the same kinds of concessions. Because if I am a big business, local business, and I have to pay all of what I have to pay, and the foreign business comes in and they don't have to pay all that they have to pay, they may get tax concessions, they may get all kind of things. That may well put a tremendous squeeze on the local businesses, which would help to force them out of existence. So these are all questions that we have to think about as we go forward. I do believe that the announcement by PH Vera is really, really a sad development for a combination of reasons, because my source tells me that another company would come in, and another company is projected to come in very soon. So the talk that I have seen or even heard that people out of work for Christmas may not materialize, if my source is correct, that this company may take over almost immediately.
Is it an outside company?
Yeah, that's
excuse me?
An outside company?
I don't know. My source tells me that the supermarket would be continue, that the hardware would continue, that the bakery would continue, and I think PH Vera is going to continue its holdings in whatever else it has.
Right.
They have holdings in the Eastern Caribbean group of companies, CCGC, so they are not relinquishing that. But I think that they are doing some other things as reflected by the announcement. So the good news from a worker standpoint is that these workers would still have their jobs if that materializes.
Right.
The bad news, the sad news, is that a company that has been around for so long, 80 years, that's a lot of time. That's more than the lifetime of a human being. Most of us, that you're around for 80 years and then you make this announcement. And I'm not sure what's happening there, what may explain that. I mean, PH Vera died. The patriarch of that company, PH Vera, Philip Vera, he died many, many years ago. And I remember I was a little boy in 1979, and when the volcano erupted on March 13, 1979, little boy, and well, not a little boy, but I was a teenager, and when the volcano erupted, PH Vera made a contribution of 100,000 Eastern Caribbean dollars to the rehabilitation effort. And in my little mind, I said, wow, these people must have a lot of money. And it must be more than $1 million because I doubt they would give away 10% of what they have. That was me back then, making these calculations as to what their asset base and liquid cash would be.
Yeah.
So I remember the company well, and I remember the company fondly. And it is really unfortunate and sad to hear that they're closing.
Yeah.
But I just hope that our national leaders are paying attention to the demise of these local businesses and maybe have a conversation with the local section of the Chamber of Commerce to see what we can do to augment local businesses, because in the end we don't want an economy that is all controlled by foreign entities and foreign concerns. I know and it is, we now know, for example, that some of the people who may not have born here, some of them live here for a very long time. Some of them went to school. Some of them are citizens. So I'm not talking about the mere fact that somebody is might have been born abroad. These people are committed to making. I mean, I have a Lebanese colleague, a Syrian colleague, who has been living here for 30-something years and spent more time here when he was very small. So I'm not making an attack on people simply because of where they were born.
Right.
I am saying that the indigenous section of the business community, we need, as a government, as a country, as a people, we need to pay much more attention to that and to see how we can ensure that they survive and thrive rather than go through the motions, stumble, and then
just close.
That's my take for this morning.
Council, thank you so much. We do have to hit the top of the hour in just a little bit. But before we do that and come back to you, if you could indulge us, because I went out for a bit and then came back, so maybe you did touch on this. Do you think that that this happening is indicative of a deeper problem? A, and B, what do you think? I mean, you mentioned concessions, incentives, and so forth that the foreign investors are getting, versus what's being seen here, right? For our local business folk. So if you can ponder on those two questions, and when we come back, we can delve into it.
Very well.
All righty.
When's the last time you heard styles like these?
Are you ready for
What we gonna do?
party done?
Throwback Thursday. We giving you the best throwback, the anthems, and dance all great. Throwback Thursday.
When they talk about evolution,
Boom, 106.9. We giving you the best throwback.
I love it.
On 106.9.
People who suffer, tool and them up like garbage in a gutter. Tool and them sit down in the office and a hotter. Still a yam dry bread and can't buy butter. Tool and now we not see no daycare. Tool and the boss sitting in the kitchen and curd. Tool and the youths about the street hunger. Can't see no food, nah, no money. Let me say, it's a one and the echo beat the songs. So turn it up, turn up the music. And tell me how them a go band this a one. So turn it up. Poor people can't find food to eat, so turn it up. Turn up the music. A man a dead like fall out the street, then turn it up. Can't hope to pay, in them school pay. Say we jump out of school, then yeah. No work, no day, belly empty. Can't see a 10 or a 20. Mama don't have no food in chicken. Can't buy rice when not have about chicken. Seems like the backyard stop no pumpkin. Can't find flour, figure make fried dumpling. No one hears we hungry cry. No one shares with a piece of pie. No one cares when poor people die. And no one dares the man's sad lie. Tell them say, it's a one and they put into songs. So turn it up, turn up. Alright, and tell me how them a go back this a one then turn it up. Alright, one people can't find food to eat, so turn it up. Alright, a man a dead like fall out the street, then turn it up.
It's Throwback Thursday.
Yeah, Throwback Thursday on Boom 106.9 FM. We are in the midst of Plain Talk, and there's a couple of comments. I posed a couple of questions to Council and had him marinate a little bit on it. And let's let's hear what Council's got to say.
Mario, I'm really not sure if the although I mentioned the issue of concessions, I mean that's an important thing. But I am not so sure that the availability and non-availability of concessions may be the central problem. As the competition intensifies, it may create some difficulties for some company. And I'm not saying this is what happened at PH Vera. I could only speak generally.
Right.
That because there's that competition between business people. Everybody wants to steal a march and the other. Everybody wants to advance. Everybody wants to make more money. Everybody wants to enlarge their businesses and so on and so forth. But I mean, concessions certainly would help. But I think one of the things is, I think the two problems we may have that may explain the lack of growth in local businesses may well be the unavailability of capital and the fact that many of our business people generally are risk averse. Right. So our economy is overwhelmingly an economy of buying and selling. I mean, the commercial sector is mainly buying and selling. We don't have an industrial base in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and that is why if that competition comes in there, for example, we had Bonadi, we had Vera, and we had PH Vera doing that kind of, and we had On Jobs by Ken Bowie doing the supermarket business. And then On Jobs went out, but that company from St. Lucia came in.
Massey.
But yeah, they came in. I can't remember if Massey is St. Lucia. I think it's a St. Lucian company owns it, but Massey is a broader Caribbean.
Yeah, because they're in
Caribbean conglomerate. Right? So they imagine Mario probably has some shares in that.
we have a caller.
Wait, didn't finish this? All right, go ahead. Go with the caller. Hi, good morning. You're live on Boom.
Yes, good morning.
Yes.
With regards to the public announcement by the PSP company.
Yes.
I personally don't recognize as a closure. Maybe the wording of the document from before PR.
Right.
You know, because you guys wouldn't know, but Jomo should remember back in the day we had Correas, Hazels, Goddard, W.B. Hutchison. Is anybody else I say? Anyway, from time to time there were models between these companies until we are down now to Correas, Hazels, Inc. But the same Correas that we have here today. There's a model between PH Vera and another organization, and the port is going to take the front role. Same like how we had Cable and Wireless, then we had Lime, then we now at Flow, and I mean they're trading under Columbus Communication in some areas, Cable and Wireless still in some, but Flow has taken the front role. Maybe something like that. So I am not seeing this as doom and gloom for PH Vera. Maybe they have attracted other interests to promote the business. I don't know why Jomo taking that.
Well, I hear what you're saying, and that's a perceptive thought. But I think it flies in the face of the announcement from the company.
Yeah, I was just about to say that the wording is
Yes, that's what I'm
pretty
saying.
specific.
Maybe the document is poor PR, you know.
The document is what?
Poor public relations. That I mean.
Why would you say it's poor public relations?
Based on what we're hearing is that somebody else is gonna take.
No, but the fact that somebody else takes over, PH Vera is telling PH Vera could be selling the entity. PH Vera, if PH Vera was amalgamating with somebody else, and as part of that coming together, they would trade under a different name. I think that PH Vera would have said that, don't you think?
But to hearing that there's gonna be they're continuing certain parts of
yes, but another company. If for example I own a company and I sell it out to you, and you come in and I announce, well, you know, my company, I've had my company now for 15 years, and we have come to the end of an era. I am closing, and Prestige is going to take over. How is that poor communications? I am telling you what is happening.
Did we see this a similar situation with and Jobs and there was a name between them, Matthew, I think, you know. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yes. What was the name again? There was a name between Jobs and before it became Matthew.
I can't recall, but I don't know. I don't know if it's the same one.
The initial people.
But caller, the important thing is that you are entering into speculation that we shouldn't enter into based on what the announcement that. I mean, your speculation may be pleasing to you, but that is not in keeping with the announcement made by the company, and you are now second guessing the company.
Maybe
please now. Let me finish the thought, please.
From what I'm hearing, maybe they're not going to fool you in. But we'll watch and see.
All right, caller, thanks very much. Okay, thank you. We have.
Well, hang on. I asked Council a couple of questions.
Oh, okay.
I'd like him to finish his thought.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Council.
Well, this is why I thought it was so unfortunate that you would bring in the caller then, because I don't see why you bringing a caller if somebody's answering a question. That don't make no sense. I can't even remember what I was saying.
All right. Okay.
We have some comments here. To me, Randy's has had been the most developing business in the last decade. It is conceivable that maybe they can take PH Vera over. You see that happening, Councillor?
I can't speculate on that. I don't know. But the caller is right. Randy has really made some strides over the last few years. He's expanding his business. I don't know if he has the economic wherewithal to take over an entity as large as PH Vera. I would delight in the thought that he's doing it because he's national, he's local. I remember going to school with those guys.
Is this trending down a lost entrepreneurship culture in SVG, you think?
Well, I mean, I am not sure that is an entrepreneurial problem. Like I said, it's a problem in capitalist development that some companies are going to rise and other companies are going to fall. I think that contrary to what a lot of people, I have heard people say, oh, Taiwanese, when I go to Taiwan, I can see entrepreneurship. And they speak as though there's no evidence of entrepreneurship in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I happen to beg to differ. I think there's tremendous enterprise and entrepreneurship in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Right.
And that is reflected at the lowest level with all of those people who come out with some sweet peppers and sell it on the road, or some mangoes or some bananas, or they get three family members sends 3 bottles of coffee. They drink one and sell 2. And 2 bottles of peanut butter. They eat one and sell 1. That is entrepreneurship. So I don't know if we have a shortage of entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
I think that we may not have the access to capital.
Right.
So that we can do the things that we're doing. And every now and again, you hear the government will do certain things. I think there was something recently, a few months ago, where they were assisting women. But it always seems as though there's women who are getting this assistance. I remember when the ULP came into power in 2001, the NCB had a program where a lot of women got, I think it was up to $15,000 then.
Right.
I'm not sure if any of them are in business today, but there have always been efforts to spawn business, to spawn entrepreneurship, and that has to continue. But if you are meeting stiff competition, if you have a restaurant in St. Vincent, right?
Yeah.
And this is where I'll give a practical example. Let's say, well, I don't want to call it a place name, but if you have a restaurant, a local restaurant in St. Vincent, and then you have to compete against a Chinese restaurant, let's say, that is giving a whole ton of rice, or a whole ton of macaroni, and 2 chicken legs as big as my head, and some other things with that, probably fries too, and that's less than $10. You probably have a serious competition there on your hand, because these things, they have a lot of MSG, they have a lot of oil, they taste good to the palate. People may just be looking for cheap carbs, and may gravitate towards that business. So in no time, that business may have 3 restaurants in Kingstown. Whereas the local person who sells pilau and who sells a little cup of rice with a piece of tanya and a piece of sweet potato on the side, they may be out of competition pretty soon. In fact, I remember in the old days, you can go to a restaurant and get a piece of sweet potato. You can't do that anymore. They probably would make a pie with it, or yam pie.
Council, somebody's trying to interact with you here.
Caller, thank you for holding.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Elsewhere this morning, some people are blaming the vendors outside of PHB for PHB demise. What's your thoughts on that?
Oh, that's ridiculous. I mean, PH Vera, if we take the supermarket outside the supermarket, that's a multi-million-dollar affair. The vendors outside there are selling mango, banana, yam, dasheen, plantains. Each of them individually, if you take all of them on any given day, from the entire length of Vera's business on both sides, up the middle street, going towards which is opposite the market, and then down to let's say the where Bigger Bigs is. If you put accumulatively all of that, you probably don't have $100,000. You probably don't have $50,000. So how could they? And they're selling things that are different and separate from what PH Vera sells. They don't sell nails. They don't sell bread. They don't sell cakes. They don't sell 99% of the things that PH Vera or any other supermarket sells. They sell basically produce, agricultural produce. So how could there be a competition that would cause the demise of that business? That is irrational.
According to them, they're selling everything that PH Vera. I don't know, but they're saying
that is not true. I mean, I walk those streets. I walk that area at least once per week, sometimes more. And it is not true. The most that you may see some of them selling like small buster drinks. That can't be a serious competition to any business in town. And this is why I never understood, for example, why the government was so determined in moving those entrepreneurial Vincentians from outside Massey at Annisvale. The competition was different. Those people who were selling outside Massey were competing with themselves. They were not competing with Massey. What was happening is that they were feeding off. Massey was the magnet.
Traffic,
all those people go to Massey when they're coming out. They may buy mangoes, they may buy bananas, they may buy
impulse buys.
They never understood the government policy at all.
Caller, you have any final question for council?
So you mentioned You mentioned that there are Lebanese and Syrians and Chinese. What about Indians? I have something to say about Indians. But what do you say about, is there Indians also that's taking over things surrounding areas?
Not that I'm aware of.
Well, I am impressed when I am in America, England, Canada. I'm impressed by the amount of wealth that the Indian people have. They owning Popeyes and Subway Sandwich and Dunkin' Donuts, a whole bunch of gas stations, hotels, car rental.
That's a North American. That's a North American phenomenon. I haven't seen it in St. Vincent. I don't know if it happens in Trinidad yet, but
in UK,
in the UK as well. Yes, in the UK as well. In the UK.
Okay, caller, thanks. Council, we've got a quick comment again before you go, because I don't know how much time you have. Thank you for indulging us. Someone here says we need to be cautioned and remember Clico and British American when we're thinking that foreign is better and losing our local institutions. The nice glitzy buildings and very attractive signage were up, but it was a front for siphoning away policyholder funds. Not one meaningful investment was really made in SVG, and when they folded, not even the managers here or agents could answer any questions.
Yeah,
So
well, I mean, that's the problem with these kind of companies. These were not local companies; they were foreign companies. They had offices in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They had local agents.
Yes.
And when Clico collapsed, and the person is making a good point. When Clico and Bico, a lot of their investments, because those investments were not made by local people; they were made by head office.
Right.
And a lot of these are in Barbados, and a lot of these investments were in North America. I know there was one investment in Florida where they went into some enterprise that was supposed to make a lot of money, and that collapsed. So that's where they lost a lot of the money, which kind of snowballed into the collapse of both Clico and Bico. But if you and then there were incentives too. A lot of the executives, my information tells me a lot of the executives, there were incentives for them to make these kind of investments. They would, because Bico and Clico were offering huge rewards.
Yeah.
For depending on the volume of the investment you made. So people who are running like credit unions and so on, were willing to put money into these things because there was a spin off that came back to them. And then these companies, when Bico and Clico collapsed, a lot of local institutions, institutions across the country, across the region, lost money because of the investments which were made. But these were people who were making investments thinking, well, if somebody's offering 10-12% on investment, that is not a bad thing to do, because if I put $1 million in there and I have it over 10 years, I can make, my company can make some money. So
I both have a comment. I don't know if you want to read both comments.
Bert's I don't see it there. Well, I see Winston has one that says, Vieira's been around since time immemorial, and it could be the passing of Mr. Vieira not that long ago, and the younger generation.
Mr. Vieira passed more than 20 years ago, if my memory serves me.
He said not that long ago, and the younger generation don't want to continue the business, or a sign that the current global economic situation.
Well, that may be too.
Yeah,
that may be that. I don't know, but Mr. Vieira didn't pass recently. I mean, I am sure Mr. Vieira passed. I don't think Mr. Vieira was alive when I returned to St. Vincent. I've been back 18 years now. But the point that he's making is that the younger generation, what do the younger generation want? We saw it. I think we have seen it with 3 businesses here successfully. The Graves sons have come into that business. The Bunady sons, after the father died, the Graves sons came in. After the father died, the Bunady sons came in and take over. And even when one of the sons died, the company continued. The children continued, and but that may also be a question. I am not so sure if there was that transition of the children of the Vieiras into the management of that business, but that doesn't necessarily have to be a good thing, because a lot of times across the region, across the world, you have company businesses. Daddy or grandpa started it, and sometimes you may hold on to that model too long.
Right.
The time may well come when you hire well-trained professional to
Mhm.
run the business
Yeah.
and take it in other directions. So I am not saying that because your family built it up that you must always remain family owned. Or there may be time when you think amalgamation, you think about uniting with another company to do even bigger and better business. So you
Right.
don't have to remain family owned for the rest of your lives
Mhm.
because the competition is going to be so sharp.
Hmm.
So you want to, for example, if you're buying, imagine if 5 local companies are doing a particular thing and they're
Yeah.
buying in that bulk as
Mhm.
compared to one company buying. Then
Right.
you probably, the whole economy of scale comes in there. You can buy a greater volume, you get more discounts and so on and so forth.
Mhm.
Rather than if you buy, you heard Candyman saying this morning, if
Mhm.
you go by Jacks and you buy so and so, you get something extra.
Yeah.
If you can buy, imagine you're going to a huge market.
Mhm.
If you're buying 500 pairs of shoes, you
Mhm.
probably get them at a better price
Yeah.
than if you're buying 40 pairs of shoes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely so. Fernando, do you have anything else to pose for the council?
I see a comment here from Bot. I don't.
What's that?
Bot was asking why is Jomo so sad about PH Vera and chose to only see the doom and gloom side of the closure. Why not hopefully bigger and better things to happen there? I think that's what Bot
No,
is asking.
I don't think I don't think the person paid close attention to what I was saying. I
Mm.
wasn't speaking doom and gloom. I was talking about the closure of a local business.
Yes.
And I put that in the context of all the other local businesses that I knew growing
Right.
up that have closed. But I did, if that person was paying attention, they would have heard me say that my information, my source, my inside source tells me that the workers are not going to lose their jobs. Other
Right.
people are going to come and they're going to take it over. Why is that a reflection of doom and gloom?
Yeah. Someone said that Jomo is correct. Mr. Vieira passed a while ago.
I think he was making a correction. For instance, not the original Mr. Vera,
Oh,
another
okay.
one who passed a couple of months ago.
Who was the current patriarch?
Oh,
All right.
I didn't know of that person. But Mario, when you see when we start getting those kind of messages coming in, it's time for me to say until we meet again.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for your time. As
All right,
always,
man. All the
very
best.
insightful, buddy. Talk to
Have a good
you
weekend.
next week. All righty. And that's what it is. Jomo Thomas giving us his take, the 411, and I know it's always good to have Jomo with us. Oh, we got a call before we take a break. Hi, good morning. You're live on Boom.
Hey, good morning. This is Marlon. Now, I heard parts of the discussion about PHV closing or going under new management. And I heard some people suggest that things are so bad that they have to. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, hello.
Yes, we are. We are.
Oh,
Sorry.
because I'm hearing some music.
Yeah, some music came up on the feed. Mm.
Yeah. So they have been operating
Mhm.
for nearly a century,
Mhm.
80 years, in two sectors which are virtually impossible to fail in,
Mm.
especially given the presence that they've had,
Mhm.
because that's arguably one of the biggest and oldest pension businesses.
Yes.
So I won't be so quick. As a matter of fact, I would be very reluctant
Mhm.
to go down that road where it's blamed on the economy.
Mhm.
As I said, these industries, man must eat
Yeah.
and man must live somewhere.
Mhm.
You know, construction is big business.
Right.
You know, so it's food.
Right.
And during COVID, food sold more than it ever did before. For stocking up.
Yes.
So I won't go down that road at all.
Right, yeah.
You know, I can't try to feel,
Right.
Yes.
You're not a startup.
Right.
You're an old
Right.
business. millions and millions of dollars worth in capital and so on.
All right.
Okay?
Yes, okay, cool.
Sometimes one generation gets tired, one generation decides to do something else.
Yes.
And, these things happen.
Yeah.
But I would need more information before I go down that road.
Okay, cool. Thank
All
you
right.
very much for your contribution.
Thanks, Marlon. All right.
Marlon?
All right.
Sorry, the Marlon. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, I realized it was Marlon.
He sounds
He sound calm. He sound calm today.
He
sound
calm.
fired up.
He normally calm, but he just sound a bit like he walking a bit.
All right.
Tired,
Yeah, could be.
All right, so we're gonna take some ad.
Yeah, take a quick break, and then we've got Mr. Weeks coming up in. Well, he should be here now. So there we go.
Don't be afraid to speak out. Teach the kids their rights. Physical and sexual abuse must stop. Join me in this fight now. I want you to see suspect say among friends and families. See suspect say in the schools and communities.
At Pharmacy Plus, you can get your personal care, hair care, prescription, dental, and over-the-counter, and medical supplies at affordable prices. Located on Egmont Street, opposite Home Collection. We're open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pharmacy Plus, for supreme care and more.
What you gonna do when the rain is coming down? Nothing more to do when there's no one else around. Bring it back to the middle, push, take it back to the rhythm. Keep it up for good when the sky's falling down. All you gotta do is to bring it to the ground. Slide it up to the inner move, stop, start, down. Nobody can get what you're going through.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
At Pharmacy Plus, you can get your personal care, hair care, prescription, dental, and over-the-counter, and medical supplies at affordable prices. Located on Egmont Street, opposite Home Collection. We're open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pharmacy Plus, for supreme care and more.
Switch to floor. Bundle, yeah. Bundle, floor. Bundle, save. Tap up, yeah. Tap up, man. Tap up. Look at the place covered. Browse all you want. Post all you want. Look at the place covered. Do what you want. Watch all you want.
Throwback Thursday.
When you want your dance, run yourself for Tiger, the Ram Dance Man. See? And I will light up your plan. You understand? Run! Out of me, let me come be Ram Dance Hall. Out of me, let me come be Ram Dance Hall. Be Tiger, out of me, let me come be Ram Dance Hall. Out of me, let me come be Ram Dance Hall. Now, when the Jamaica in a foreign land, yes, that is Tiger on the microphone. Why you feel no Mr. the champion? If you want your dance from man, no want it flop. Remember that the Tiger make the crowd come back. This and that the Tiger, the chatting no stop. At me hard, they coming in. So don't tell me them make up the Ram Dance Hall. Don't tell me them make up the Ram Dance Hall. And when you're sending for the Tiger, when you're sending for me, make sure you send for me white caddy. Cause you know say that the Tiger I can show somebody. And man you know say when me come, you're a party. Right on the stage so shout out to me. In at the ballroom, anywhere you go. Beat at the Tiger, better for them. come be lap, lap, lap. Power to me, them me come be ram dancer. Power to me, them me come be ram dancer. Auxiliary for them, they really think that I got it gone. Nobody pick me up because me so be gone.
Sorry is all that you can say. Years go by and still the words don't come easily. Like sorry, like sorry. Forgive me is all that you can say. Years gone by and still the words don't come easily. Like forgive me, and you can say baby, and baby can I hold you tonight?
Shady, that sound like you, boy.
And maybe if I told you the right words, ooh, at the right time, you'd be mine.
To all the man them who cheat on them woman, and why you know say the thunder stand behind our door with a frying pan in her hand. Come now. Sometime a man forget, cool forget, cool forget, cool. Sometime a man forget, cool forget. Sometime a man forget, cool forget, cool forget, cool. Sometime a man forget, cool forget, cool forget. Follow me now. Maria man and him name is Ricky. From last month him a go on like him crazy. Come woman in time after 7:30 when sun a shine and the neighbor them I see get me so vexed and it get me so angry. Thunder get mad and decide to go on nasty. Drape him up and say listen to me now. You don't know that you fi come home early. Cool. And when you try to do for disgrace Shelly. Cool. I told me a woman take advantage of me. Cool. You want me neighbor them fi laugh off for me. Cool. You better move out and act properly. Sometime a man forget, cool forget, cool forget, cool. Sometime a man forget, cool forget, cool forget. Sometime a man forget, cool forget, cool forget, cool. Sometime a man forget, cool forget, cool forget. Him have a gal by the name of Rosie. Oh, tell me that no me friend named Mitzi. Sharon tell her who tell Sharon no Beverly. Behind me back the whole of them a laugh off for me. Never say nothing, me just wait patiently. Me know me did that catch him and them girl Rosie. So one day me a wait and him Shelly can't see. Look on the clock, it a say 3:30. Jumping on me car, drive round New York City. Over Whitestone Bridge at the hotel named Capri. In the parking lot, say guess where me see. Now my man a so long been out to lady. Me jump out of the car and me drip it bodily. I say, you don't know you not be cheap on me. Cool. And when she look cool tonight, you jewelry. Cool. I hear say she all have young belly. Cool. And you a minor and a tree picking it. Cool.
It is OMG in the morning, Trebek Thursday, man. We have Mari in the house, Shady in the house. Number of persons on the live, just bigging up the DJ.
Yeah,
Bernadette always bigging up the DJ.
Serious.
You know what I mean?
That was a nice set there.
Yeah,
From
Vinci
Tiger
Chinny.
into Foxy Brown into some Shelly Thunder.
Vinci Chinny.
Vinci Trini.
Vinci
What's going on,
Chinny.
girl?
Yeah.
What's going on, girl?
Yeah.
That's a nice
What-
combination style there.
Yeah. While we're waiting on Mr. Weeks, though.
Well, we haven't queued him on yet, you know. So let's see if we can queue him before. Hang on.
You wanna queue him?
Queue him. Time to connect with the most loved man on radio. Sir Lancelot is in the building.
Yeah.
So you're saying while we're waiting for him to call in?
Yes. There's a developing story here. I think a few days, about almost a week ago, there was a story of a young lady being physically abused, who were physically abused by a gentleman, and we are being told today that the man, the men, because it's more than one of them, would have beat the lady. The men who beat the young lady last Friday and thought she was dead were brought before the magistrate and were given bail. Did the magistrate not hear the fact that these two men beat the young lady, thought she was dead, and said if they should leave her body there or dispose of it. If you look, you can see a photo of the young lady now on our live screen. She, you could see her lips swollen and so forth. She was severely beaten. We'll give you guys an update, but I think we probably have Mr. Weeks here.
Yeah, I think so. Oops.
Okay, sorry.
Mr. Weeks, if that was you calling, please call
Mr.
back.
Weeks, please call back.
And if it wasn't, please clear
yes.
the line, 4511069.
Yes, but as we speak about domestic abuse and so forth, it is really important that I think we have Mr. Weeks here.
Good morning, Mr. Weeks.
Good morning.
How are you today, my friend, on this wet Thursday?
Yes, good morning. After rain. Fonando.
Yes, good morning.
Shady, morning.
Morning, Mr. Weeks.
Shady, I just love Thursdays, you know. Never fail to deliver.
That's good. That's good.
Even when your magic fingers slip. The message is made, is, you know? Shady?
Yeah, Mr. Weeks.
I don't like how you don't go quiet to me. You know?
You see that?
I'm listening. You sound like a mischief maker. You make a mischief and then you pretend you know. Greetings to all your listeners, Mario.
Yes, yes.
Fonando.
Yes, sir.
I don't know why you do this, you know.
What is that?
Mario invited me to call and I call and the phone ringing out.
No. When I saw the call, I tried to answer it, but it didn't connect. So. My bad. It wasn't intentional. Okay.
Mario, it's a blessing to have you at Boom. Eh?
Okay, that's good. I'm liking that.
Yes, the international experience you bring. Your experience generally.
Great.
I gather your training. You took it seriously, whether it was on-the-job training or institutional training, I don't know. But
thank you.
I can tell that you were trained and you took it seriously. And I just hope that those around you can pay attention, because it can only help them.
Thank you very much. I try to give as much knowledge as I can. Thank you very much for recognizing that, Mr. Weeks.
Yes, you know. A number of things we can talk about today. For example, I can talk about on mornings I get up and I turn on Boom and I hear three big men talking over each other and we can't even hear what it is.
On Boom?
Come on. It happens.
I find like you're throwing shades. You're throwing shades today, boy.
No, he's just giving an opinion.
I find you throwing shades.
I'm throwing a shade, Fonando. I'm making my observations. I observe things in the same way that you made one observation yesterday.
Yeah. Made what? Made one observation, you said, or wrong observation?
He said one observation.
No, I made more than one. I checked again and I made more than one.
That's the point, Mario. All right. But today we can talk about, I can continue where Dr. Richards and I were on Monday, when we spent a lot of your time, use up your time talking about development in St. Vincent. At that time we focused on economic development. The point I wanted to make, and I still want to make it, is that economic development, a country will only develop if the individuals produce goods and services. And I think that's critical. And I was happy that Dr. Richards took it from there. And then, I didn't hear him on Tuesday. But yesterday, he stayed all with economics and focused on the household, the individual.
Yeah.
And I agree with him. It was a timely intervention, and I hope those who are listening take it seriously. The message given by Dr. Richards yesterday, he kept mentioning that the individuals, they will be upset with him. I don't think he said anything for them to be upset with. So we can continue to talk about national development, and maybe we can focus on the social side of things. Because, St. Vincent came from a situation where in the olden days there was a lot of maternal deaths and stuff like that. And that can present a very interesting discussion. For example, I can tell you that I am the first of 4 children from my mother. And all 4 of us were delivered where? In the bedroom where my mother lived. And who delivered us? Her grandmother delivered all 4 of us. And for that area, our generation, my siblings and myself, our generation, almost the entire village were delivered. All the babies who were born around that time were delivered by a woman who never wore a nurse uniform. But she provided maternal care. And that kind of situation, if you go back and you look at the statistics, if they were available, and compared to now, where for a period, maternal deaths in recent times have been 0 for a long period. I don't have the most recent numbers. And we can do the comparison in all the other areas of health that are used internationally to gauge how far you're going, how far you've reached. But even before I continue on that, because there's some of those indicators I can speak about generally, because I don't have the exact numbers now. But even before I go there, maybe I can speak a bit about yesterday and the issue of pricing, the price of fuel at the pump. I know that you guys spent an entire morning talking about that. I know that at one point in time we had a significant number of items that were price controlled, including fish, flour, rice, sugar, and milk, and almost everything else were price controlled. And gradually, and I think at one point drastically, the number was reduced to less than 20. So at this point in time, we have less than 20 items, I believe, that are price controlled. And among them, that are the items falling under fuel, gasoline, diesel, and kerosene, and so forth. What is meant by price control? The government issue, the cabinet passed SRNO, Statutory Rule and Order, and indicate that this is what the price of an item will be sold at in a particular geographical area. And when that SRNO comes into effect, immediately that's what those items have to be sold at. Now, the fuel, the gasoline, the diesel, kerosene, there's a special arrangement with those where the government operate what I think is called a malus bonus system. And what that means, if you are brought in and the price is set, and there may be a loss, if, for example, if the fuel has to be sold, if the price, the fixed price, the control price, the government may make a loss if the fuel has to be sold. If that control price is less than what the dealer bought the fuel for, imported the fuel for. And so that's the malus part of it. And then the bonus is the extent to which the price is above the control price is above the purchase price when it is sold. I say that to say there's no reason why when a price increase is made, or a price decrease, a reduction in price is made, there's no reason why the gas stations should not be able to sell at that price. And I was hoping that this morning that the journalist in Fonando would have allowed him to come back to say I spoke with the Ministry of Trade, because they're the ones who are responsible for these matters. I spoke with the Director of Trade or one of our officers, and this is the reason. On another, given other circumstances, I may have been able to do it, but yesterday was just one of those days when I could not do it. But I hope that in the interest of public information, the journalist in Fonando will allow him to serve us that way by checking with the Ministry of Trade and give us the information as to why. I note that one of your listeners attempted an explanation and indicated that there are two categories of diesel that are sold in St. Vincent. And I happen to know and to understand that gasoline and diesel can be differentiated to such an extent by the use of additives and so forth that the sellers can make the case successfully that they're different products. And I think one of the listeners had a message to indicate that there are two types of diesel. And I don't know if it is that the one that most of the gas stations are selling is not the one that was reduced. But as I said, maybe Fonando would the journalist in him, because I'm sure his editor is listening to him, and Fonando would like to impress his editor. So Fonando will come back and give
Mr. Weeks. Well, I see you're speaking about this issue, and as you pointed out, me and Mario had a robust discussion on it yesterday. Obviously, as I pointed out, I made an observation that diesel, particular diesel that persons use in the vehicle, had not been reduced. So I think the journalist in me did some part of that, and they because nobody else was speaking about it. You understand? So I would have indicated that I haven't seen any decrease. Mario challenged me, and I said I went to one place. I went then I went to the gas station. I passed that day. They confirmed as well. Mario would have confirmed. So in that case, I'm not wrong. As to the reason why, yes, I'm looking into it, but also the onus is not on me alone to prove, to tell the nation why. As you said, those in trade, those who know what is happening, can inform the public as to why this is the case. You understand me? But I will look into it, definitely, because I like to be challenged. But the onus is not on me alone to tell the nation why there isn't any reduction, as indicated by the Prime Minister's comment during the independent, the military parade, that diesel and gasoline would be reduced.
Okay, so Mario, we can go back to the issue of the development, and we started talking about the health indicators that are used international to measure development to some extent.
Right.
And I spoke about the maternal health, the maternal death, which is an important indicator. Another indicator is the life expectancy at birth. And we know that has improved from maybe in the 30s, 40s at some point in our history. It is now about 73. Based on what I'm hearing as deaths being announced over the last few years, I'm not sure where it is now, because quite a number of young persons are dying. So I'm not sure to what extent. But yes, life expectancy, and in our case, the life expectancy is up there with the upper middle income countries. And what are some of the things that contribute, and I used to measure, contribute to life expectancy, and also used to measure development in the social area. For example, the ratio or the percentage of households that have access to pipe-borne water. And we know that has increased significantly over our 43 years of independence. I think it is now in the 90s, 90% that most of our households have access to pipe-borne water. And not simply from a standpipe, but not a standpipe by the side of the road, but the water is piped right onto their property. And that is significant. We have the collection of garbage, and I think every household in St. Vincent have that kind of service provided to them. And we can go on and on and on, and but there's much more to be done. I hear Mr. Thomas not relenting on the issue of diet and nutrition, and that is very important. And I believe that's an area that we must take seriously. I know the folks in the Ministry of Health over the years, they've tried very hard to provide relevant information. For example, if you're driving from, I'm not sure if it's still there, but it used to be in a prominent place. If you're driving from Annisville into Kingston, and as soon as you break that corner where you're heading down to the Public Works Annisville gate, that nice poster there with the plate and all of the colors. I don't know how many persons see that, Mario, but it's placed in a prominent position where it can be seen and it can be noticed. Health Word, I think that's one of the oldest 5-minute program. Well, that along with the Farmer's Diary. But we're talking health now. But that program has been around since I was a child. No, but I think they need to take a look at what is happening with that Health World program, because there are lots of pertinent information that are given. Sometimes when it is presented, it's not presented in the most attractive way. But in addition to that, I happen to think that in each of the license agreement, the license document, given when a license is given out to broadcast institutions in St. Vincent.
Right.
I am confident that in that license, in that agreement, is a clause that says that, I don't remember what is relevant but it describes the time that ought to be given for government broadcast. And I see in other countries around the region where that is used quite well.
Right.
I don't think it is used sufficiently in St. Vincent. The units in government that can present the information, package it,
and send it out.
And provide it to the various radio stations, television stations for broadcast. Thank you, Mario. I have exhausted my time. All right.
Well, we are coming up to the top of the hour. I of course, I thank you for your contribution. And I would just like to just ask you one probing question, because we were discussing the closing of a landmark institution. Folks were giving their opinions and giving their well wishes about PH Vieira and stuff like that. Do you have a favorite PH Vieira bakery memory?
Yeah, man, I remember PH Vieira when I started working a few months ago. And maybe a little before that, when certain days of the week, that's where I got my lunch from PH Vieira bakery. Yeah, I remember the bakery.
Yeah.
So that's the question, or did I miss something?
No. I just wanted to know if you had a favorite bakery memory, and if you have anything to say about the closing. That's it.
Well, I don't like to speculate when it comes to these matters.
Exactly.
I heard Dr. Richards on Monday. It was I think Tuesday or Monday. Admonishing Fonando that he simplify matters too much.
Right.
And Dr. Richards is right when he says that many of these matters are far more complicated than they meet the eyes. What I know though is that I haven't seen the message, the announcement. The announcement that you said that you read.
Yes.
Says that PH Vieira is closing the bakery, the hardware store,
the grocery
the
store,
supermarket. Not in that order.
No.
But that doesn't say that the company is going out of existence.
Right.
It simply says that there are certain aspects of their operation that they're closing. I don't know how many persons know or remember that the PH Vieira company owned, I don't know if the ratio is still the same, 20% of the shares in our flour mills.
Oh, wow.
Many of your listeners are probably too young and to know that. So I don't know what is happening. They say they're closing these aspects of the business. And I don't want to speculate.
All right.
I will wait and see.
I respect that, definitely. Mr. Weeks, thank you so much for your contribution as always, my friend, and we shall see each other next week.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Mario.
All right, buddy.
Wish you guys a great weekend.
Same here. Take it easy. That's how we did with Boom 106.9 FM in the morning time. Fonando, the Bamboo Man, Shady, the shadiest DJ ever. I'm telling you, it's 9 o'clock.
You see you, and I don't understand people sometimes.
What?
I made an observation yesterday.
You're still carrying feelings on that?
Yeah,
top of the hour. This is how it is. It's Thursday. Throwback Thursday here on Boom 106.9 FM. Drop things.
Yeah, drop things. You know what me respond, eh?
When's the last time you heard styles like these?
Are you ready for party done?
Throwback Thursday. We giving you the best throwback, the anthems, and dance hall greats. Throwback Thursday.
When the top boy evolution.
Boom 106.9.
When we pass you, man, a danger business. Say no say. Or we
I want you make way for the bandolero. Cause if you don't do that, my friend, then your number is 0. Them lyrics are chopped like the soda Zorro. Shoulda see me win a Colorado when I buck up the youth from Conero. When they all sit a kick up and a gallop on the caravan stay so 0. Now him come lick the pelico and pelico go fly up in the marrow. Him want to jump in and me chest he feeling bad because him feel over macho 0. But I just drink the tequila. I saw me arms up in sweet chiquita. I tell her born Esta senorita, I am the professora 0. You should never diss the champion. No, my name is Fincher, I'm the Dan Gorgon. Yeah. Gondilero, the new name for road boy. Run borderline, them can't take on no fit I Gondilero. The new name for road boy. Run borderline, them can't take on no fit I Gondilero. A road boy all the time Gondilero. A them bust the Tech 9 Gondilero. Black brandish all the time Gondilero. Oh no fi clean, oh no gun. Road boy, the new name just come Gondilero. The new name for road boy. Run borderline, them can't take out with it I Gondilero. The new name for road boy. Run borderline, them can't take out with it I because you ever see Gondilero a pass. Gun in a hand and them not take cert, not talk. No kin teeth, them not joke, not laugh. Sting like a what them coming like poison dart. They move like a ninja, they never get caught. Gun pan them if and them no ramp it pop up on the Lero. The new name for road boy. Run borderline, they can't take out with it I gun the Lero. The new name for road boy. Run borderline, they can't take out with it I.
Old people say no run down bus and no run down woman. Style, style. Old people say no run down bus and no run down woman. Cause when you get left, the whole wide world will be laughing at you. Me now watch no face, just a cut and clear. Yes, me I move on through. To all the people that wish me good, Jah blessing be unto you. Make them go on, them not go no way. Make them go on right here, them a stay. Make them go on, them soon overturn. Make them go on, them must get
evil man get lightning and thunder and brimstone and fire. Lightning and thunder and brimstone and who do you wanna praise? Jah or Lucifer? Who do you wanna praise? Jah or Lucifer? Jah Jah hold me tight and don't let go. Don't let go. Don't let the devil take control. Take control. Though I walk through the valley of death, I'll fear no evil one. From the root of David to the vine of King Solomon, Jah reveals himself in flesh, the conquering lion. Evil man get lightning and thunder and brimstone and fire. Lightning and thunder and brimstone and who do you wanna praise? Jah or Lucifer? Who do you wanna praise? Jah or Lucifer? Jah Jah hold me tight and don't let go. Don't let go. Don't let the devil take control. Take control. Don't contradict yourself and talk things that you don't know about. King Selassie's guidance lead us to the divine route. Seek salvation and not destruction. Pray for redemption. In a this Armageddon. Prepare for the coming. The seven seals are broken. Evil man get lightning and thunder and brimstone and fire. Lightning and thunder and brimstone and
everything else can stay till later. Right now we are dealing with the creator. I just saw we it off. From the office I say I don't want more. What do want the ghetto people do every dance? So we keep on make them get curfew. Who want more? What do want the suffer off do every dance? So we keep on make them get curfew.
People will adjust so some people tan. People bad mind man, bad mind woman. People informal love to outfarm people. So the all of them go on, they wanna listen. People when them chat, nobody listen. Cause them mix up with the devil and them a think evil. So when them in front to them show them dimple. But when you back turn, them screw and wrinkle. Say them a try tackle you from a different angle. Now I see you strive them while you buck up and stumble. See them a come there, don't get entangled. Cause you a good somebody no mix up with bungle. Up so people no like you, down so people hate you. All them a chew and powder, them a sprinkle. But you a God bless you, deal with the Bible. Read to Psalm and say I rebuke you. Loud, loud, loud and make them hear you. No afraid to talk to hide and grumble about some.
Now it's time to be a special dedication to all the girl who want the most loving thing.
It's Throwback Thursday.
Now it's time to be a special dedication to all the girl who want the most loving thing. You turn you to the thinking, change the drinking. Now some voting, Mr. Dinkin, must think it's time that it's thinking. Tuna Demus, Super Cat, and Nicodemus talking. What I'm talking, say this a stabbing cabin for this a stabbing cabin. And stabbing cabin for this a stabbing cabin. Bim! Stabbing cabin for this a stabbing cabin. Mr. Tell me, Mr. Nachilus, what is the meaning?
What is the meaning of cabin stabbing? Say when you have a girl in your house just loving, come down June and they must be roughneck chicken.
Yes, the meaning of cabin stabbing is when you book a night international in you and your woman hug it up and caress it and corresponding. Hell, the chicken is well seasoned. Cause that a cabin stabbing, that a cabin. Come down super cat, this a cabin stabbing.
Cabin stabbing for this a cabin stabbing. Cause cabin stabbing for this a cabin stabbing. For me say tell me
It's Throwback Thursday.
Come and say bubble make your waistline roll. Yes, girl, Pitney make your waistline roll. She put one hand in the ear like a TV pole. Chest on her belly and her waistline a roll. Watch her like a ball get out of control. Move up me foot like a landscape goal. Me leave over England cause England too cold. The way the place cold it won't freeze up me mole. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la.
It's Throwback Thursday.
With the stories making news, brought to you with the compliments of Metrocent Insurance. I am Mario Ravello.
And I am Fonando. Welcome to Boom News Update. Cyprian Mack, alias Secret of Chester Cottage, is the 34th homicide recorded for the year 2022 in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The reports are that on Tuesday, November the 2nd to 2022, the deceased was met lying in his yard with what appeared to be a gunshot wound to his head. He was pronounced dead at the scene by the district medical officer. The motive surrounding the shooting is unknown. A post-mortem examination is expected to be carried out on Mac's body to ascertain the exact cause of death. Investigation into the matter are ongoing.
PH Vieira and Company Limited will close its doors on November 14th, 2022 after more than 80 years of operations, the company has announced. The company made the announcement on Wednesday through an advertisement on Eyewitness News and a post on Facebook page. The circular reads, after 80 plus years of service, we will sadly be closing our supermarket, hardware, wholesale and bakery, effective November 14th, 2022. It also added that we'd like to take this time to thank our past and present employees, customers, suppliers, and well-wishers for their tremendous service and support through the years with us.
Vincentian filmmaker Utley Alton was awarded an award granted by Prince Class Foundation in 2022, which rewards young creators from around the world committed to transforming their realities. The visual artist and filmmaker was recognized with one of the Seed Award for artists. The Prince Class Foundation thus highlights its film career with works such as Black Doll, which has had an exceptional tour of festivals around the world, where it has garnered an award He was also recognized for his work on historical, educational documentaries like Irona 2020, and his latest film, Madulu, The Seaman 2022. The winner of the Prince Claude Seed Award was selected from more than 1,500 applicants and featured artists from more than 70 countries in Latin America and the Caribbean, Africa, Asia, and Eastern Europe this year.
And that's news here on Boom 169 FM, brought to you with the compliments of Metrocent General Insurance Company Limited. Keep it locked on for more information as well as entertainment. Shady.
We giving you the best throwback. I love it on 106.9.
DJ, you know me a debt. No for them a worry, Some of them a fret, me got the stopper. To every DJ, them a be talk to me proper. Me come a dance all, me a go kill you with the lingua. Can and cut the rank, you full of a stamina. Anyway, me go lord the roots and culture. One man me praise a the almighty Jaja. Jaja give me strength and him give me the power. That's why I cut the ranking, full of a stamina. Come a dance all, me a go kill you with the lingua. Follow me no massive anku, no for your here, cut the ranking a boom. No for your here, cut the ranking a boom. For your here, cut the ranking a boom. Till you for your here, cut the ranking a boom. And me say, me ragamuffin a me international. To kill a DJ, me do partial. Right and no jam and me got the credential. Now when me come a dance, I'll say me well official. Me got the stopper. To every DJ, them a be talk to me proper. Second and cut the ranking, go kill them with the lingua. Till you cut the ranking, full of a stamina. London, Paris, even California. Down a Japan, Armenian, down a Africa. Down a New Zealand, even in a Canada. Yes, I cut the ranking, go kill you with the culture. Hear this. Pampas, they better see pampas. They better see pampas. They better see pampas. They better see pampas. Enough DJ, but they run the border. Shot them off with the bushmaster. Tougher than the lion, better than the tiger. The long cut the rank, kill them with the culture. Pampas, they better see pampas. They better see pampas. They better see pampas.
Give me no girl on your fever. That make me love sick. This sickness make it big.
It's Throwback Thursday.
Sickness me can't get rid of it. Love fever. That drive me crazy. The fever we she have that drive me off. Feel love fever. That make my day. Heat is on me gone right away. Fever, me temperature gone up. Love a boy cabra, yet me come back. Rock girl of your fever. That make me love sick. The sickness me have, me can't get rid of it. Girl of your fever. That make me love sick. The sickness you have, me can't get rid of it.
When I was a little baby, I used to call and many. But now me turn a big man. Now me a walk on me feet. And any sound boy try test me, me know they must get defeat. So sound boy, you a go dead before Raman.
Throwback.
My God. Hey, Bernadette, no, Bernadette, nothing can happen like that. Fonando is...
Watch out now, man. Hear this. When I was a little baby. Hear this. When I was a little baby, I used to crawl and many. Hear this. But now me turn a big man. Now me a walk on me feet. And any sound boy try test me, me know they must get defeat. So sound boy, you a go dead before Raman. And if you test the ragamuffin, let me tell you, you a go dead before Raman. And if you test the ragamuffin, sound boy, you better move before me reach it dance. Get before me use that W and lick off your face. Why move before me reach it dance? Get before me use that W and lick off your face.
This a no ice pick, and this no knife cut. Cho. This a the original gun, but this a no cutlass where you get no chop up. Cho. This a the original gun, but this a no gunshot when no man get shot up. This a the original gun, but original gun me walk with. But one button a your parade. But just be show you how me wicked. But me a gun but specialist.
Get me hot this year. Where them a go do fi hold me?
Yo, Shady, you no chillin' about you too bad, enough. Trust me.
Not even water again.
Riley.
Deal with the case. To get me hot, to get me hot, to get me wicked, wicked, and never did you check it. So we get damage, damage, you don't trespass. A boy Moses, with the beginning, to get them slow and rapid I am. Come as a damn, don't be damn timid. If a DJ check it, so we get executed. Trust back, I am lyrically ill. Like this, I am programmed to kill. Tell the one of them, dirty man, him really come hot this year. Where them a go to, so hold me. Wicked this year, not even
Deal with the case. Me say they, oh. Daylight come and me want go home. Me say they, oh. Daylight come and me want go home.
Pose off, yeah, your pump shots, make them man them know, so you stop pose off, yeah, your pump shots, make them man them know, so you stop. What's the girl in them pump shots? No young check come and just can't pass. But it's so big, it a broke your eyeglass. Them man girl can't fight, no go off. You know the aeroplane, them a fight first class. Pose off, you know your pump shots, make them man them know, so you stop pose off. You know your pump shots, come down straight and I come touch the girl's ass.
And the first she a touch and it hot but us. Ah boy, she get me nervous. And the first she a touch and it hot but us. Here young man, but she want it as much.
Jump and spread out, you know, man, pay. Get up and jump and rock, y'all, you know, man, pay. Y'all, shoot it out, you know, man, pay. Reel it up, you know, man, pay. See me now. Jesus Christ, a man, pay me and ya. Everybody have a man, pay, not them corner. Yeah, that day me go and dance down a whole harbor. Me love it, bad mind, it when red fox me partner. When me come in at the dance, one piece of drama. Yes, I will leave the man, pay they all over. All the girl, them big butt stink and slobber. And the man, them little bit, and love a man pick up in the corner. And I give them bubbling left, right and center. I'm on a rub out a gal until her front catch fire. Me side 3 bingo bag up on the bar counter. Side 3 Dutch water bubble. On the fire that are the courage with the chicken by the manish water. That's how when the man pick drink now. Fi give them stamina. Me bar jump and spread out, you know man pay. Get up and jump and like y'all, you know man pay. Y'all, shout it out.
Boom 1069.
Nah, no, it's been a long time. Lord, me I want them, but they never want hear me. Enough of them a journey. Hey, play by the champion alone. Play by the champion alone. In any area, Hey, I heard some boy talking about them a done, but my son don't fade on no whole jump on. Just let them talk. Let them talk, let them go and talk. Them a mouth fi talk so. Na 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 na. No jump and sound just can't cross fi border. Na 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 na. I want them know that we are the ruler. Na 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 na. And control every creases on every corner. We want them, hey.
Yep. Right there. I think Angela is having some problem there because she's saying she's getting a feedback, but Winston is saying no feedback. So just yeah.
I don't know what's going on there.
She said everything is being repeated. Maybe you need to refresh your Facebook, Angela, and let us know. But
everything is. We checked it on our end here on our feed, and we're not getting anything repeated.
Yeah. So before we had weeks, I was telling you about a developing story, and I think we could discuss it more tomorrow.
Okay.
But just to prep a bit.
Friday.
Huh?
Tomorrow is
Tomorrow is Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, just to prep a bit. There is a incident that transpired where a lady claimed that she was severely beaten by another gentleman and left to left by more than one. More than one, and sort of left to die.
This is what Nyla was commenting on.
Yes, that is what
this
Nyla
morning,
was
right?
Yeah.
All right. So if you've got some information, definitely you can share that with us, bud.
Yes. So I'll vet it a bit because time is against us because I think it's something very important to discuss.
Yeah.
But some of the claim that she made, she said this morning my friend video called me, showing me that is her friend, the victim's friend, telling her that.
And this is the same picture that we have up, so I'm gonna bring it up again.
Because you can see her lips was swollen. So this morning my friend video called me showing me her face. She mentioned the guy name, the lady's ex, and two other guys, two friends, drive up after she left VJ's because because he was insulting her, and he also hit her in her head at VJ's. They started fighting, so she left to go home. While on her journey, the ex and his friend pull up their vehicle in front of the girl, and they jumped out and start beating her up. They beat her with stick. She said it lasted like for 10 minutes straight. She couldn't take no more, so she played dead. Yeah, so that's what a friend told her. She couldn't she couldn't take any more beating. So she pretended that she is dead. And she heard one of the men saying, what are we doing? Leave she here or carry her somewhere? And one of the man said, leave she there. I'm reading an account of what the friend was told. Some of it is in a sort of dialect and so forth. So she said the thing hurt her very much. How could these men be so wicked? She said the ex have a daughter too. And I know if you been carried she down airport, she would have been dead. So the friend. If you're looking at the live now, you can see what happened to the young lady. She was severely beaten. We are told, however, that the gentleman was taken to court. I don't know if I can find. Yeah, the men. So the men, all of them involved in the episode, they were taken to court, and they were granted bail. And this person is asking, did the magistrate not hear the fact that these two men beat the young lady, thought she was dead, and said if they should leave her body there or dispose of it. So she's saying it's a serious incident, and I think she's advocating, or she's saying that these guys should have not been given bail. Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think that they should have been given bail for that? It's a tricky
situation, but the allegations are very serious.
Yeah, the allegations
are very serious.
And again, morally, the first thing you want to say is serious bail.
Yeah.
But like you said, we need to figure out why. But my goodness, because just on face value and seeing,
But what kind of heart you could have to really do somebody like that, much less a woman. They actually thought she was dead, and they were discussing whether to dispose of her.
Can you imagine how frightened you'd be? Laying there and hearing somebody trying to decide what to do with your body.
Show the picture again, let me see, Shady, because you could see her face. Real. Yeah.
Like, come on, man. That's a whole next level of trauma for you,
But then if you're there lying and pretending that you're dead, and you hear they said, let's take her body. That's
what I'm telling you.
Boy, I getting up. I get
trauma. You getting up
and run.
Pardon, that's trauma right there.
Yeah, look at
horrible.
And I'm sure that's part of what you're seeing. You know what I mean? I'm sure that there are other areas that she would have suffered.
Wow.
Injuries.
Yeah.
That you might not see at the moment.
Yeah.
But that's the young lady there.
I mean, and the physical scars you can see, but like we're saying, the emotional. How are you sleeping? How are you going to lay down comfortable after something like that? You're going to get PTSD to be always replaying this over and over in your mind.
Most definitely.
This is crazy. Well, here I am trying to be an expert.
But it shows that she must have been significantly beaten.
Yes.
For her to pretend that she's dead, and they believe that she was. Dead.
Yeah. Definitely.
But we go follow that a bit more.
And any information, of course, that we can get to share with you.
Yes.
We will definitely do so.
Winston said, Bill, to give them the opportunity to Dunshee. Give me a break. You know. So Winston is saying, you know, they could probably go back and harm her and so forth. So
wow.
what you said? You think in the circumstances?
That's a serious allegation. I mean, to beat somebody that badly that they check the phone there.
Yeah, we have a
that
phone
they
call?
they just. I think we missed it.
Yeah, caller, please call back.
Yeah, but to beat somebody that badly that you would think that boy, like I really done, like I really took this person out.
Yeah.
Like, come on, that is whoa.
Heartless. And it goes to, I keep asking, are we really serious about addressing these things? You know, it's a bit too prevalent in our society, and the sentencing, as I indicated before, seems to be too. Not really a deterrence, in my opinion. It's not a deterrence because it's happening too often. You know what I mean? And I personally, the type of personality I can't see myself going along that road to beat a woman like that, and especially joining with other males.
Come on.
So it seems like he's a coward or something. He has to be a coward, because if you can't handle your business by yourself and you need two men with you, you know what I mean?
That indicates a whole lot of other issues.
Crazy,
whole lot of other issues, man. 4511069. You can call us, give us your opinions. And 4551069. That's our WhatsApp number. Very serious allegations. Allegations there. Someone says coward is joke, Fonando. To the PH Vieira story that we were saying earlier, someone says PH Vieira was the first billionaire in SVG and OECS. Founder Mr. Vieira started off in a small market shop in Kingstown and built a great business kingdom. He is the icon of all businesses in SVG. Props to them.
I don't know if you saw this. The Vera owns 40% shares of ECGC, not 20%.
Okay, I think that was a correction. Somebody said 20% earlier. 40%. Wow.
Yeah, let me tell you what's happening there at Barry's Auto Parts in Lower Middle Street Gap, Bonnie Supermarket. So that's not too far from PH Vera. It's also located by On Fleek Style Boutique. Barry Auto Parts, come and check them out. They have a variety of parts for different vehicles: windshield, front cut, fender, bonnet, headlight, brake, master and booster, tail lights, shocks, fans, mirror, steering rack, a wide variety of parts, starlet parts, tail lights, indicator, fan, router, shocks. They have parts for Toyota vans as well, Nissan vans, genuine parts, jumps, router, differential arms, and so much more.
They have things.
So check them out. Barry's Auto. The number is you can call them or WhatsApp them at 593-5226. You know what I mean? And while I'm reading Barry boy, I'm still thinking about Jack's boy. My mind just there on Jack's boy. Buy one and
get next one. $5.
Preston said, "Guy, this is truly barbaric. But the question is though, how do you go about removing battered women from such an environment?"
Exactly. It's the aftercare as well, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, the authorities would have to really deal with the culprit.
All right.
It's always a problem with regards to domestic issues, though, because we tend to be in relationship, have these issues, and still go back into these relationships. So sometimes the police themselves get sort of frustrated. But in any case where there is domestic abuse, I think it should be taken serious.
Of course.
And if the police have enough information to charge that person, whether or not that the victim have a change of mind, change of heart, I think they should still pursue.
Yeah, but you see that there it is. You may think so, but what does the law say about that? Because
I think so. Once you have enough,
unless there is a complainant, I don't think that you can.
But I think there is
much.
a situation where you have complainant They tried to back out, but because the police have already have enough information
to have to ask counsel about that.
Yeah. Winston say, who beat the woman? Put them on a small boat with 2 blocks, tie them around there, and send them to jail.
All right. I gotta say hi to our Quartz family. We should have Quartz with us tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's what?
Tomorrow's Friday.
But
tomorrow.
Do we have Quartz tomorrow? Yeah, but I think they were coming in. Yeah. They may be coming in. If not tomorrow, it'll be next week. But Quartz is going to be coming in and hanging with us live from 8 o'clock. And of course, we do it for Quartz every Friday from 8 a.m. All right? Yeah. Fonando, you were supposed to bring artists last week. Yeah? You didn't bring nobody. So yeah. But Quartz is letting you know that we're going to be giving back this Christmas. Tell us your story at Quartz Ready Cash Small Business Loans. And you could win up to $4,000 towards your Christmas charity project. Yeah. In an hour, www.readyfinancecaribbean.com or from our Facebook or Instagram pages at hashtag ReadyFinance St. Vincent. Entries closes November 30th. For further information, call us at 456-1345. Quartz Ready Cash Small Business Loans. Every day, we help businesses succeed.
I see Papa Demas in the house.
Hey, Super Demas! Yeah, in the place. Nice to have you locked on, buddy.
You get the pitbull vibe.
Listen to
how you guys go?
I don't know. But I know about Woodsy's. I can tell you Woodsy's. Listen, Woodsy, you see how Shady was slinging styles just now? That's the kind of styles we want in that reggae nights happening, you know what I'm saying? No, actually that was dancehall that he was playing, but still.
Shady say better than what's the DJ name there again? Woodsy boy. Some ladies request.
Reggae nights happening November 12th at Woodsy's. It's not just food at Woodsy's. You can get your burgers at Woodsy's. Yeah, things nice like that. Get your chicken. Yeah, things nice like that. But in the night time is the right time because reggae nights is coming to Woodsy's November 12th. Live reggae band Easy Skankin'. Oh gosh. Music by DJ Nip. DJ Easy Sounds, and of course Ras Dropper will be in the house live, all right? It's at 11. Ras Drop. What?
Please get him name.
What's going on with you?
DJ Shady, you have a good name.
1133 Clarkson Avenue is a place to be in Brooklyn, New York. 11212. Cover charge is $20. Doors open up at 8 p.m. Make it a day. Don't be late. November 12th. Reggae Nights is happening live at Woodsy's. Come on.
So Winston says some old school Vincy soca we were in Woodsy's. So Shady go bring that.
Why you at the old school Woodsy part?
That's what they say they want. Anyway, let me go. Yeah. Let me jump out for some ads now.
Yeah.
The National Lotteries Authority introduces.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
Talk to the General, and they will beat that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases, so you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasant experience with friendly, knowledgeable staff always ready to serve. What more could you wish for, huh? So come to General Hardware for proper service, lowest prices, free delivery, and see why nobody beats the General. Nobody.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee...
At Pharmacy Plus, you can get your personal care, hair care, prescription, dental, and over-the-counter, and medical supplies at affordable prices. Located on Egmont Street, opposite Home Collection. We're open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pharmacy Plus, for supreme care and more.
At metrosint@vincysurf.com.
afraid to speak out. Teach the kids their rights. Physical and sexual abuse must stop. Join me in this fight now. I want you to see suspects say among friends and families. See suspects say in the schools and communities. Children of the future, they depend on you. Report to the authorities, that's what you should do. You see these signs, do what's right, put a stop to time.
Throwback, we giving you the best throwback. The trending on 106.9 and worldwide.
DJ Pump up the music on money. Now Andy come with a brand new song. Oh Jesus Christ. Sax, Kim, Freddy, all you ready for this, man? There we go. Big up the Chini Massive too. Big up the Chini Massive too, Mario. What you say? What you say?
It's no fat with all the Trini, you know. No fat. We invent fat.
What you say, Shady?
We invent fat.
Shady, about say Woodsy have no DJ to handle your selection board. That's true? You bad so? Say something.
Big up board, big up the board.
You see what I mean?
This is my tune. This is my tune. This is my tune now, eh? Oh God, Mario, okay, follow me, okay, follow me. Listen.
Every time I get a woman, somebody always take her and gone. But I ain't gonna stand for this. I'm not gonna take it. I can't get with somebody, woman. I really don't want to cause confusion. I can't get with somebody, woman. I know it's going to cause confusion.
We have a caller.
You're causing confusion. Good morning, caller. You're live on air.
Good morning, Mario, and good morning, Fonando.
Good morning.
You all started playing a song, the music makes me.
Yes.
I didn't even get a chance to get high.
Oh, jeez, I'm Brett Shady, the man say.
What song is that?
You got it too fast.
What song?
That lady MD that you play.
Oh,
you're going good all morning, you know, but you say cut that too late.
I did this shit. I was too voice played. There was too voice played in that song.
I am a first time. I'm a first time caller, and I really did make the service by cutting that.
Okay, so we have to make sure and do an extended play of that song for our first time caller. Thank you for calling in.
Just stay locked, you know, man. Stay locked.
Man, no, I locked all man, you know, but so back is my day, but yeah.
Hey, cut it too fast. I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. All right, I'll make sure and fix that.
Yeah.
Yes, I. See?
Yeah. It seems like this song is bought. It's bought or Winston.
I don't know.
Let's take the people, man. Here we go.
Well, no. We gotta do Doc.
Yeah, we're waiting on Doc. He's not backstage yet.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Sax, Skim, Freddy. Are they ready for this, man? Here we go.
This one is by special request. Caller, get high. Bot saying his song is Small Pin, so Shady lined up for Bot boy. Ready? Yeah.
Give me music, me remedy. I can take a dance and I feel like read. Carnival done, making sure I have fun. Yes, I'm going till I reach last stop with the music fans, man. Please don't stop. Music make me high. I'm feeling a sweet sensation. Music make me high. I'm always ready for action. Music make me high. I'm feeling to jump with a steel band. Music make me high. Only thing is my frustration.
Bot, look your song, Bot. Yeah, man, big up all the Small Pin man there, man.
Reminiscing, although them school thing, when we were playing in choking. Just one look, she said that pin too small, but when she feel the choke, Elizabeth start the ball. Small Pin the stroke hard.
Let's check in with the Doc and look at. Let's check in with the Doc and look at things with a wider lens. Pastor Richards on OMG.
Look, thing, you need to watch your cues, this man. This.
Hey, we the pastor in the house. We got that pastor. Yeah, on the live. Right.
Doc, I'm trying to rein these folks in, but I'm being
overpowered.
I can't complain. You all rob me. No, wait. You all rob me of time at the beginning.
You can't.
You all give it back at the end, you know. So you all take and you all give.
Doc, you can't. You don't get robbed. You don't get robbed at time.
Why you give it back? I can't complain.
Yeah, we always give. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone, on this rainy morning. Stay safe, everybody. I just want to drop a couple of comments in line with the recent development there with the matter. Really, I'm not sure how to unpack it. Matter related to PH Vera Company and the variety of, I don't know if it's a holding company or how it is structured. A variety of stores there, so I suspect probably a holding company. But an announcement was made. Let me put it that way. An announcement was made. I'm not sure exactly what the future would hold there after November the 14th. I think that was the date that was given.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if it is a closure or a merger or a buyout. Or even a reshuffling of stocks. I'm not sure exactly of course, I guess we're not supposed to be privy to the details, but in the way the different releases came, I think there were 2 or 3 different spins on it. I am not sure exactly if you were to ask me, okay, so after the November the 14th, what? I know by comparison, let me just make a comparison. There was another store here in town. I think it was Home Center. Home Center. And a similar thing took place. Basically, you were closed and then you were open. Employees were, I don't want to say fired, but in effect, that's what it was. And then you still pretty much the same store, still pretty much same people there. In terms of at the ownership level, I'm not sure exactly. Well, the front of what I am seeing, and product line and everything. So it was an organizational move, but hardly anything changed to the customer. So I'm not sure. I think one of your may have been Jomo commentators commented on the fact that he's not sure if it's a merger,
Right.
or if he's not sure if it is a buyout, amalgamation. I don't know what's happening there.
Yeah, I know.
Just a little hint on the story. With somebody need to go and research. I still have a lot of questions. I have 1,000 questions as to what happened there and whether it was fair to the workers. By the way, I think it was very convenient, but it wasn't convenient for the workers. I think it was convenient for someone else other than the workers. Let me just say that there and leave that there. That move was that move. A whole heap of alarm bells still going off on that particular move.
Wow.
We don't do a whole lot of things here in St. Vincent, workers' rights, and basically businesses. For workers to get their right, they have to really fight against these private enterprises. Fight
Yes.
hard, and sometimes they don't have the wherewithal and the means to fight hard, so they take what they get.
It's true. It's true. This is a fact, Pastor. And
I want to.
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I want to. That's not really the core of my commentary. That was just the introduction. The core of my commentary comes from a book that I read. I do have a little bit of a business background. So, for example, this shelf that you see behind me right there, all of the books are business books, and the other shelf down there, all of the books are ministry books, and the other books shelf there, the books are all counseling books. I have a variety of interests, and so, but some people don't know this. But part of my interest is in business and organizational dynamics. Did a bunch of reading and studies and that. So one of the books that I read in that course of time is a book that I have here called, and I pulled it off the shelf just before I came on. It's a book called Built to Last. It's a book by Jim Collins. He used to be a lecturer, very high renowned professor out there at Stanford University, which is very, very, when you talk about business school, I would say that is within the Ivy League of business school. Jim Collins is no Johnny come lately when it comes to organizational dynamics. And he wrote this book called Built to Last. And his premise is that businesses come and businesses go, but there are some businesses that are built to last. And he investigates and he unpacks, what is it about some businesses that they pop up and then they're gone? And what is it? And even if they last for 50 years, 60 years, 80 years, in this case, but then they're gone. And what is it that you have other businesses that will go on decade after decade after decade? He says that there are some essential characteristics that you will see in some businesses, the way they are constructed, the culture, organizational ethos, organizational vision, quite a number of things. In other words, your business is not hapsy-scrapsy. Your business is built to last. And he unpacks that. Now, the reason I bring that to your attention is that impacted me in my role and the things I do. I'm like, I want to be like that. Whatever I build, it must be built to last. The other book that I, in fact, I've done, organizational interventions using the concepts of this book. It's been a while since I've done any organizational intervention, probably since before COVID. I don't know why. But this book that am referring to is rather thick book and intimidating to read. It's excellent. It is called Reframing Organizations, Reframing Organization by Ballman and Deal, and it deals with the whole idea of building an organization on the basis of artistry, choice, and leadership. Most businesses that don't last build their organization around profit. So let me unpack these few thoughts and leave them with you. Um, all of our businesses, downtown, Middle Street, JP Eustace and Sons, the Lanes Brothers, and so on and so forth. They exist in an evolving ecosystem of commerce. In your ecosystem, um, it's savage there. It is constantly evolving, and by the way, some of the time I will unpack within the ecosystem. You will need to have the giraffes, all right, but you will also have the tigers, very predatory. You will also have the turtles. They're really low down. You will have the snakes. You can't remove the snakes and the rats. I think law enforcement in other parts of the world realize, boy, if you too quickly remove the snakes and the rats, you destroy your ecosystem. No, there's a lot there, but I won't unpack that. Boy, there's a lot there. You don't too quickly. And who has ears to hear, let them hear. If you remove, I'm telling you, as much as you see rats and worms and spiders and all of these things on this earth, if you want to wreck your ecosystem, remove them and remove them hastily. But within the ecosystem of commerce, let me continue. Within the ecosystem of commerce, you have it's basically a jungle. It's a survival of the fittest. And Jim Collins's his take is that some will survive and some won't. Here in St. Vincent, we have seen companies like Goddard's Enterprises, Baines Brothers, Hadley Brothers have come and gone. W.B. Hutchinson, Chippy Brown, Batter, even Pillars is still here, but in other places, Pillars is a dying entity, frankly speaking. Why is it? Why is it that? And we have to get this that companies are not necessarily within the commerce ecosystem. They're not necessarily here. We might become very nostalgic about them, but if they can't compete and if they are not willing to make certain adaptations, they become monolithic. And very cumbersome to the forward progress of the commerce ecosystem. So there is by necessity, and the argument of business professors and other people, there is by necessity a need for the fittest to survive and the less fit to be gobbled up by the system. Does that sound harsh?
It's
No. I'm not pointing anything at PH Vera, so don't get me wrong. I'm just using this as an occasion to talk about how, broadly speaking, across St. Vincent, we can begin to rethink some other things if we want our companies to last. Let me tell you, for example, and what Jim Collins did. He made some comparison with some companies like Sears, Woolworth. He made comparison with companies like Radio Shack, Blockbuster, CompUSA, Sports Authority, or Dying Breed. Why is it that these companies like Montgomery Ward, for example, were big name companies, and then after a while you just, what's something that your company cannot survive within the evolving ecosystem of commerce? And then he looks at companies like City Corp, been around since, guess how long they've been around?
City Corp?
Yeah.
I can't venture.
1812 Mario.
Oh my gosh.
Procter & Gamble puts out a lot of products. How long do you think Procter & Gamble have been around? Procter & Gamble been around since 1830s, 1832 maybe. American Express, which we are very familiar with, and that company seems to be so buoyant and continue to last. Other credit other companies have come and gone. But American Express, how long do you think they've been around? They're not a new company, you know.
No, not at all.
They've been around since 1850. You have Walt Disney, which is a little bit more current. I think that's probably 1930, around the 1930s, maybe 1920s, early 1920s. Walt Disney. You have Walmart, which I guess that's fairly recent in comparison to City Corp and all of the others. But there are certain standout companies, and I think Southwest Airlines. When I examined their principles, I did a little thing on them the other day. When I examined them, they have a particular structure that seemed to be designed to outlast the ecosystem.
Someone
So
said Wells Fargo as well has been around for Wells Fargo.
yeah, but Collins actually in this book he looks at Wells Fargo, whoever that person is. They're showing some keen ideas, but Collins looks at Wells Fargo. Let me see. I'm kind of familiar with this book. Let me see real quick what Collins says about them. Wells Fargo is there, but in comparison to the more visionary I'm not finding exactly where he has it, but he makes a comparison with another. Yeah, hold on a second. Let me see. He makes a comparison with another company that Well, he actually says American Express has more of the essentials of a company that is built to last, in comparison to Wells Fargo. But Wells Fargo has done very well. They've been around for a long time. Now, let me jump into the core of what I want to say, which is instructive. This is not about PH Vera, but this is going to be instructive to other businesses within our commerce system here. So listen, at the main point that he made, and I'm going to drop it. The main point, and he again, this is a renowned professor. So, if you will just take what I say with a pinch of salt, pay attention to what this guy says as he examines all of these standout companies that have been around for over 200 years, some of them more. He says that there's something that stands out about them in the way they build their organizational ethos and culture that they are guaranteed to last for a long time. And it is this: companies and emerging companies have to learn that it can't be about profit only, and it can't be about profit first and foremost. Two different statements. It can't be about profit only, and it can't be about profit first and foremost. In fact, and I know that sounds counterintuitive. And you can run a company with the profit motive and be successful for a while, but after over a period of time, you are not going to last. He says that the more outstanding companies and the long-lasting companies here, they put profit second. So you might ask, what do they put first? They put people and product. And his argument and his thesis is that, as counterintuitive as it sounds, companies that insist on putting people and product before profit would find that in actually doing that, making your priority people and product, you will actually in the long run generate more profit than those who make profit the primary objective. I know I'm close to out of time. Let me give you an example about it. And again, this might be instructive for our businesses and business leaders. And if you wish me to come in and talk to your company about these things, I used to do that. I can still do that. But Johnson and Johnson, which is another. I know since the COVID vaccine, we might look differently at Johnson and Johnson. But they've been around for a long time too. And let me just outline some of the guiding principles for Johnson and Johnson, and ask yourself if you feel that these are principles by which our businesses in service and operating. Johnson and Johnson. I'm going to read directly 5 things. Okay, please allow me. Johnson and Johnson. Their number one creed is that their first responsibility would be to all of the users of their products. Their highest priority is to the users of their products. They will want to strive to reduce costs, and they will want to be sure that they're prompt in delivering the service and the product. That's number one. Their primary responsibility is to the users of the product. Number 2, their second highest responsibility is to their employees. that they will provide, and I'm reading word for word, a sense of security in their jobs. Wages must be fair and adequate. Companies that have this kind of culture, organizational culture, and care for their employees, you have to ask yourself if you feel that across the board that this is an embraced principle here in St. Vincent, where you feel that way up on the totem pole of the agenda of the business is that we are here to protect our employees. That recent closure that I referred to earlier in my commentary, that doesn't indicate, and I could point to many things that I don't feel that it's a high priority to protect the employees, their security of jobs. Even in current scenario, I don't think that being fair to employees is a big consideration. In fact, I heard something the other day on another series of layoff that I'm like, man, these employees are not even adequately compensated. Number three, quickly, because I'm out of time. Number three, the third responsibility is to management. It comes way down the totem pole. And listen, that they will employ and bring into management. And I think this is key. People of talent, of education, of experience, ability, and they must be people of common sense and full understanding. Boy, I say, booyah. That's like, wow. I mean, you can't, it's not nepotism. It's not bringing on people because you know where the family is come from and all of that. It talks about the competence level, the adequate competence level in leading your business. And with that, if you bring in people who don't have the kind of vision, the wherewithal, the background, the experience, and all of that, you're basically running a company into the ground. So you look around the general fare of people who are leading businesses and you ask yourself, how much of a priority is this? Number four, I just said five, so I'm almost done. Number four, a standout for Johnson & Johnson is their fourth responsibility is to the communities in which they live. In other words, being good corporate citizens. I won't unpack all they talk about there in terms of promoting civic improvement, health, education, good governance, and a whole sports activities and all of that they make that a priority. Now, as I come to the fifth one, please notice all of the things that come ahead of the fifth one. The fifth one is profit, but they're putting the users of the product above profit. They're putting the employees above profit, the security of the employees above profit. That's why they're lasting. They're putting the quality of their management staff, they're putting that above profit, and they're ensuring that they have the very best of the very best. And again, not just pulling somebody for X, Y, and Z reason and putting them into management, but capable people in management. You can't take anybody to captain your ship. I could say something there, but I'll move on. They put in corporate responsibility above profit. And so I don't have the time to get into all of it, but these are the things that endear themselves to me. And when I look at companies by right, if a company is not having these basic ideals as part of their priorities, I don't get into a period of mourning when the ecosystem consumes them. I really don't. I think by necessity that the best must rise to the top, and that the incompetent or the ones that don't match or the ones that are getting it wrong. I think that if we want our ecosystem to go on a commerce ecosystem to go on a trajectory of getting better all the time, that we have to allow for the fact that companies like the ones that I've mentioned will come and they will go. Companies have to learn to measure up. One last thing, I'm done. The other book that I've read by Jim Collins, he's a prolific writer, but the other book that I've read by Collins is a book that is entitled Good to Great. And that book is based on the principle, and that has impacted me so much you don't even know. In that book, he begins with the thesis, good is the enemy of great. And I'm like, wow. Good is the enemy of great. We have gotten to the point where if we think we're doing something good enough, or it doesn't even have to be good. It's just, it is accepted. We don't strive for excellence, and he makes the premise that that companies that are getting by and we buy their products and they think that they're doing good, they will never strive to be great companies. My word to the companies across St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the entrepreneurs, the business owners, and all across St. Vincent and the Grenadines, don't settle for good. Don't settle for average. Don't settle for mediocre. Don't settle for what my friend, Jerry George used to say, Dagodu. We have this mentality, Dagodu. We get by with it, Dagodu. Don't settle for that. Settle and push yourself to the very best. There's a lot to be said here,
Yeah.
but I just touched the surface in provoking the fact that within our commerce ecosystem, I keep using that because it's a good analogy, that there are companies that by right and by dint of their performance and everything, that they will move to the top of the food chain.
Yeah.
And there are others that are not maintaining and they're not adapting well and they to this evolving thing that is happening, and they're going to get consumed. And it is for the good of the ecosystem when they do get consumed.
Yeah. No, so mouthful there.
Hmm.
Insightful.
Wow.
We have a number of comments just before you go. Randy is asking, can Pastor repeat the author for the second book?
This one here is Ballman and Deal. Lee Ballman and Terence Deal. It is an excellent book. So actually, I have two of it. I have another one here on my shelf. I have two of it simply because when organizational leaders, if I talk to organizational leaders and they can't get their hand on it immediately, I say, hey, just read this. I let them have my highlighted copy so that they could see some of the things that stand out. It can't be about profit. Where is your organizational cultus? Where is your organizational artistry? These are, I'm telling you, you see companies like Apple, they have a core, they have a sense, they have something that is different from traditional organizational structure. I won't unpack it, but you have to get with it. If you're archaic, you become monolithic, you're not going to survive. And I applaud, let me say, this is going to sound harsh, but I applaud the companies that make the effort to adapt to our changing commerce systems. And you can't get lazy, you can't get old. And maybe what PH Vera is doing is adapting, and maybe we will applaud them highly for this when it is all said and done.
We have Marlon say, all those things will ensure profit. It's a smart approach. Profit is still the focus and is absolutely essential. Winston say, PH Vera was an example of a good corporate citizen. They've done many things over the years to assist our nation. And Preston say, many bosses are still ignorant to the fact that people are who makes companies profitable.
Marlon is right. Preston is right. If you focus, yeah, you will get the profit. But listen, like I said, it's some counterintuitive, again, antithetical, whatever word you want to use. But if you focus on people, my wife who taught, and she did this here at St. Vincent too, customer service from here, and the way once she was finished with them and the customer the relationship between the employee and the customers and all of that improved dramatically. And the business, but they have new customers now, so back to the same thing. But during that period, business really soared. You focus on, you create the atmosphere for customers to want to come in there well attended to. And I am going there in a heartbeat. You have my business in a heartbeat. You understand what I'm saying? Focus on the customer. Create a different culture. Stop. You can even carry in a product for exchange. You buy a product at the store. You have a fault with the product. Come on, I have a fault with the product. I want to bring back. I didn't do anything to the product. You sold me a bad product, and I can't bring back my product to you. Where you going with that? If I have a choice, I'm not buying at your store anymore. And if there's a store here that offers me better customer service when I buy your product or when I use your service, that you deal with me properly, I'm coming back. You're getting my money, and you get the profit.
Doc, one last statement, if you've got time for it. Someone says Pastor makes a great point about businesses, environment around, and the survival of the fittest. However, as a small island state, this thinking leaves us in conflict as to how do we as a people become motivated to participate when the signs are showing that we cannot compete. And
When we the people become more what?
we the people become motivated to participate.
Motivated.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
When the signs are showing that we cannot compete.
We can't leave out we the people again. I run the risk of in my sort of presentation this morning being oversimplistic. These
Right.
books are that I'm reading and I have read, and they're very involved.
Yeah.
I just give a basic framework, but there's a lot of
Mm.
nuances that I have not even dug
Right.
into and unpacked. This book by Baldwin and Deal is what 500 pages or
Yeah.
whatever, 400 and yeah, practically 500 pages. So I gave you one page today, but there's a whole lot of it. But at the core, and the essence of what they're teaching.
Yeah.
Which is what I want to unpack. I don't have fault with it. If
Right.
you are chasing the profit motive only,
Yeah.
you are not necessarily going to survive in the
Right.
ecosystem. And if you don't rethink in an evolving system, if you don't rethink how you do business in terms of how you relate to people, to customers, to your employees, if you don't create a different organizational cultus, you are, and I say cultus because in akin to worship is a anyways, if you don't create a different synergy within your organization, it's deep. You need someone. You need. It's not just having a product, selling it, making a profit. And I think, again, at the risk of oversimplifying it, I think that's how some of the businesses think and operate. We bring in some things from overseas, we set up somewhere, and we sell. And these finer things of organizational life, they have not even been schooled in it. They don't bring on top management, sub management, second level management that are aware of these things. And it's basically that go do. You bring your stuff, you set up somewhere, you sell it, you make money, that go do.
Yeah,
And I am
that's
saying
so
that ain't
true.
good enough.
That's
Anyways,
so true. And oh man, we have out of time.
Jill,
And,
thank you for being so good.
on a lighter note, though, someone is asking why you pong the table so.
Well, I'm a very expressive guy.
All right,
a
guys.
lot of these things are passionate with me. You understand? So, if you want, I could just sit still like this, but I don't think I don't think it would be as interesting.
The pong had some drama to it. All right, man.
Yes,
I said some things there this morning. Your businesses need to pay attention to how we treat our customers, how we treat our employees, how we employ people, and basically what kind of organization we in terms of our organizational values. These are things we need to study while we study making money. And maybe if we study these things, we do better at making money. You all have a good day.
You as well,
Thanks
Doc.
very much.
See you next week.
All right, take care.
Yeah. That's a good. Very insightful from
Definitely.
Pastor.
Doc always puts it to
We're
rest
chatting
nicely.
on Parsons time. We're chatting on jail time.
Yeah.
Shade Room is up next.
That's right.
We had a full pack. Full session today.
Yeah.
Big up DJ Shady as usual.
As
Thursday
usual.
seems to be one of his favorite. And on behalf of the Boom team, the OMG team, we're out.
We gone.